We're live from Bud Plank Field at Archer Arrows Park. Saturday afternoon baseball. A little warmer today. I'm Chris Mowry. That's Brandon Wells. It's sponsor day here at the Ball Yard. One of the best days of the season for the Arrows. Head coach Rick Goff and staff and players and sponsors within the community out. You can see here once we pan the camera, all the signage we talk about in the outfield fence. Looks like a minor league park, Brandon. I say it all the time. It's really cool. Sponsors go out there with a player, get a picture taken. They hang it up in their office or their restaurant or what have you. And you know, it's a really cool, classy touch that Coach Goff and his staff and the program pays respect to the sponsors.
We talk about it all the time, Chris, how it takes a full community of support to get our programs going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And some of that's financial. Some of that is just support by being here. Some of that is, whatever. I mean, the good news is here in Ashland, we have a group of folks that are just so committed to our young folks in our athletic programs as well. And that's why we're here today. I mean, to honor the sponsors. We're going to have Bob Archer join us here in a little bit. You see him here up in the booth. Glad he's here with us today.
Yesterday, Bob, you're on candid camera.
Yesterday we had Renee Hold up here, and now another Ashland legend up here. We've got Bob Archer to join us. And, sponsors are folks that selflessly give out of their coffers. You know, it's not just for a tax break. It's not just for those kinds of things, but it's folks that want to see us provide the best possible environment for our kids to grow and get better and to have a safe environment and a place to play. And we've turned this field into such a palace at Archer Arrows Park at Bud Plank Field. I mean, there's very few things left to do.
Yeah, the one is a bullpen area. I started talking about that, but that's the last thing I think we need to do here is fix these bullpens. And once we do that, that'll be in good shape. But, I want to say one thing, and I know Mr. Archer and Mrs. Archer are really passionate about this too, but in Ashland, it's not just athletics. It always is athletics for me and you because that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
You're involved in music and whatnot, and, Archer Auditorium was pretty amazing down there. But at Ashland, it's academics, it's athletics, it's the arts, it's the band, it's everything, right? And there's so much support from the community and all of those different programs. And, it's just, I say it all the time, where do you live? When I travel around the country or wherever, and I say, it's a little itty bitty town called Ashland. And where's it at? I'm between Cleveland and Columbus. And how many people? Oh, about 14,000. Oh, that's got to be terrible. I mean, you just don't understand. Like, it's a great place to raise a family, and it's safe, and you don't deal with shenanigans, and we're just really fortunate.
Yeah, it's not perfect, right? And I talk about that all the time. Like, there's no school perfect. There's no perfect town. There's no perfect spouse, right? There's no perfect broadcast.
I have a perfect spouse.
Yeah, but I'm sure you do, right? And the truth is that this isn't a perfect place, but our community really works hard to strive to make it the best it can possibly be. And, we look at it holistically, and the Archers do as well. I mean, and a lot of folks do here in town, of not just the physical athletic part. Well, you talked about it. Academics obviously come first, but music programs and music and the arts are second to none around here. And it's part of what, for me, has drawn us here and kept us here, and I think our sponsors understand that as well. You are watching the Ashland Eye Care pregame show. Thanks to Dr. Denbo and folks for all your eye care needs. Go over and check out Dr. Denbo, proud Arrow alumni, and Bree Buckley over there as well. Some fantastic folks that are about to move down the street down to Claremont.
Zane Gross's old building, which was formerly known as Findlay's. I'll date everybody in this press box who knows it.
Yeah, I had a few Sundays in that. Friendly.
You used to be able to go in there, you get a burger and fries, and hey, do you want the 99-cent sundae? Of course, I want the 99-cent, caramel dip sundae. Of course, I do.
For me, I just remember I have good memories of I think when my wife was when our kids were little and during her being pregnant, going there and getting sundaes and stuff.
Yeah, man.
You want to take care of your pregnant wife.
You always do. Today's game brought to you by Hedstrom Entertainment. Unplugged fun for over 100 years. We'll get into Hedstrom. This man to my right, Bob Archer, knows quite a bit about that organization from years past. And you're joining us, as always, on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. And we're coming to you live, thankfully, from the Priest Dental broadcast booth inside the Bill Harris dealership's press box.
Well, the Priest Dental broadcast booth is a little warmer, although the wind is blowing in. We'll talk about the weather here in a little bit. Hopefully, we'll be getting underway here right at 1 o'clock. But, yeah, this beautiful press box, this great facility. We're glad to be inside today for the second day in a row because it's cold out there, Chris.
And the wind is blowing differently today. I told Bob it was just smoking us right in the face all game yesterday. It was brutal. So fortunately, we got it turned around. Findlay's taking their warm-ups. A little late arriving today. Umpires are on site, so it won't be too long till we get this one underway. But hey, let's get a quick look at the Goldberry Roasting Injury Report. Ashland's locally owned and award-winning coffee shop right here in Ashland. Michael Franz, of note, yet again, ill for the second game in a row. He's out of the lineup, Brandon.
Yeah, and that's a big difference maker out of your lineup, both offensively and defensively. He's the spark plug that makes it all go on the offensive side, although we were able to put up 10 yesterday without him. So 12. That was 12, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot about those last two. But, defensively, he sets the tone, and with a lot of wind out there, you can see it just blowing everything left to right out there. Jeff Hickey has his hands full, and at the top of the lineup, Tyler Holt steps into that spot. Not a conventional leadoff hitter, but Coach goes with him and puts him up there at the top with the senior experienced guy leading off.
I'm Chris Mowry. That's Brandon Wells. We're live from Bud Plank Field, Archer Arrows Park. We'll be right back after the short break.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Time to get a look at the Arrows starting lineup presented by Sarver Paving.
Take a look at the defense first. Mangus in left, Hickey in center, Tyler Holt out in right field, Farnsworth over at third after his start last night. Grissinger at short, Kaiser, the senior, back at second base. He's fantastic there defensively. Trent Summers at first. Workman's going to be the DH today. Tanner Wolf behind the plate, and Evan DeHinden, the sophomore, will be on the mound here in the Sarver Paving defense for the Arrows. It's a good look out there. And on the other side, Chris, we've got the starting lineup for our friends from Findlay. They'll go with Blake Wendt at the top, Jackson Fleckner, Eckelberry, Reese Stillings, Chase Harris, Jacob Gebhardt, Peyton Longnecker, Alex Gonzalez, and Luke Krates rounds out that starting lineup for the Trojans.
One thing I'll be looking for with the Hendon start, I saw him pitch at AU in that game we were supposed to call here at the yard got postponed, but actually not postponed, but it was moved from here over to AU so we could play on turf, and DeHinden got that start. DeHinden, I told you, his first at batter, he got him down to the count 1-2, and then he plunked him. Second AB, got him down to the count 1-2, and then hit him again. So I'm going to be looking to see if DeHinden has, when he's ahead in the count really large on a batter, does he nibble or does he just try to power? And nibbling's kind of fun, it's good, but when you get offline, man, and you issue an HBP on a 1-2 count back-to-back, it's something that could really derail an inning pretty quickly.
I would never call it fun as a coach, but I will tell you, you want guys to hit the corners. There's a difference between working corners and nibbling, right? And I think that's what you're really alluding to, is trying to get guys to go after something and never giving somebody something on a tee. Right down the pike. So, I want to see Evan Hendon get ahead early, and I think that's really my key to the game today, Chris. Brought to you by Whitaker Myers. That's the key to our success, is always starting pitching, is getting ahead early and attacking guys, working the corners and attacking guys aggressively. And if they beat you, they beat you. But don't walk guys. Don't put anybody on base and give them the free passes. You need to be aggressive.
Those starting lineups were brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships, locations, BW, in Ashland and Loudonville. Chevrolet to Ford to Dodge to Jeep. You're going to be in the market for something here pretty soon, my friend. The blue F-150 is on its way out.
I believe so. I got a couple of folks that are interested. We'll see if I get that taken care of today or tomorrow. I'm hoping that gets squared away, and then going, without one for a few months at least, and see if we can get ourselves to the summer or the fall when it starts to cool off again, and then go back over and talk to my friends, maybe go talk to Josh Bull and see what we can do.
the legendary Jay Bull. Good man, that boy, and
Sure
he's
is.
found himself a really good career with the Harrises, and he's running that Loudonville store, so good job to him, and a nice shout-out for him. And my boy Matty D will hook you up here in A-Town if you need one, too, up there at Bill Harris Chevrolet.
Yeah, I'm all right with that, too.
Matty D, you remember when I had
Dilgard.
him? Dilgard, yeah. I had him on. I asked him if he could go for 200. You remember that at Worcester? And he said, I think tonight I'd go for 250 and 4 on the ground as a 30-year-old man. He's like, I have dad strength, man. I'm ready to go. I thought
that's
that
awesome.
was fantastic. Yeah, it's really cool. We'll have the national anthem for you here coming up shortly. But Arrows, Brandon, off to a hot start, 6-1, 2-1 in the conference. Lone loss to Worcester.
Yeah, the lone loss to Worcester, and unfortunately for the Arrows, that Worcester squad is just so good, right? I mean, they're tough, and you look at it right there, Worcester sitting atop the OCC, Lexington right behind them, the Arrows in that 3-hole, and then West Holmes all square at 2-2, New Philly, the Rams, and the TUI Tigers rounding out that OCC standings, and the Arrows are going to get another shot at Worcester later here in the spring.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you always ask about the telestrator. If I had it right now, I would circle the number 6, and I would underline the Madison Rams. And then I would box in that 0-3. And I will make note of that. They lost 2 ball games to Worcester 2-1.
Okay.
They may be 0-3. That may be the best 0-3 team we've seen around here in the OCC in a long time. We'll get to see them. We'll see what they're all about, but I expect them to have plenty of wins on the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part for a team like that, when you start off with some of the best teams that you're playing, if you're Madison, you just got to keep from going down the spiral, right? When you have a tough schedule early, can you keep guys believing and dreaming big and thinking, can they achieve what you're hoping they can achieve?
Sponsor day here at the ballpark, and right after Findlay concludes their infield practice and warm-ups, we'll have all the sponsors go out around the diamond and be recognized. PA man today is the guidance counselor, Heath Grissinger, still filling in for Brandon Gunda, who's down at AU doing some lacrosse duties.
Yeah, right in my
The
backyard.
guidance counselor's son just about got smoked with that foul pop-up. I don't know if I was the only one that saw it, but young Gris just about ate that right in the nugget.
I can't really see our dugout area.
They're all camouflaged, Brandon. They all got the same jackets and hats, and they all look like Champ Bailey right now. They got that neck garter or gaiter, whatever you want to say, up around.
Well,
the
I would show you
chin.
this, but it's so bright out there that we can't quite make it work here today. Yeah.
Sponsors getting ready to get on the field, and the Scarecrow, AJ Beer, guiding them, shepherding them along, if you will. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time. With free estimates and special financing offered. For roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with
Comfort Control. Zach Seidel with his children Jackson, Christian, and Kathleen from A&M Fire. Kyle and Caitlin Roby with their children Ruth, sorry I can't read, Etta, Morgan, Carrie, and Chip from Roby's Flower Farm. Shane Light with his grandsons Hudson, Hayes, and Caden from Smeth's Tires. Here they come running out. Chad and Ann DeHinden, Merritt Lawn Care. Greg and Jody Holt from Raindrop. And Alexa. Megan Strine, Travis Snyder State Farm. Joe Pryor and Travis McBride from Aztec Topsoil. Sean and Carly Little from South Street Grill. Brian Hinkle from Park National Bank. John Kaiser, Hold Fast Tattoo Company.
and Pete Franz from Franz Family Farms. Let's give them all one last round of applause. As you're enjoying the game today, please take a moment to check out each of these banners. These generous local businesses are invested in the youth of our community. Please give these businesses your support as well. Thank you.
Really cool gesture there, VW. The sponsors being recognized who were able to make it, busy schedules and whatnot, but several of them able to make it and be in attendance today. We got a little break here. Home plate meeting going to take place. Let's get a quick look at the Valley Transportation upcoming schedule.
Well, here we are with Findlay. Now we've got a home and home with Dover this week, and then Huron, Marion Harding, a home and home with New Philly. At Ross, you still have Lexington, West Holmes, Madison. Still a lot of OCC games to go here, including one more with Worcester that we got to jam in there somewhere, courtesy of Valley Transportation at the forefront of the steel and aluminum hauling industry since 1973. Our good friends there. I will say, this schedule, it's interesting to me. I always liked playing. I liked playing doubleheaders as a coach on Saturdays. You're making those trips. You're going an hour plus or whatever, wherever you're going. Let's consolidate. Let's spend that time wisely and do a doubleheader. But everybody has a different philosophy on scheduling too, and you also have to schedule your starting rotation and accordingly, because you have a lot of non-conference games on the weekends and Fridays and Saturdays, and you're trying to figure out how do I put that rotation and deal with the rain. And you always got to just think about winning today because it might rain tomorrow. I mean, especially in Ohio, so you got to think.
Might snow.
Right? How do I win today's game? But yeah, after today, the Arrows go over to Dover this week and then back here, and we'll have that one on Wednesday. You'll be out of commission. I'll have Jerry Cowley,
nice,
former colleague of mine. We coached together at CVCA at the academy. He coached up at Baldwin Wallace, coached athletes in action, low-level minor league squad, basically a summer league team, and had multiple offers to go coach full-time at the college level, but just turned him down for family reasons. So he and I are going to call that game on Wednesday, and looking forward to having him here. And then I'll be out Friday, and you'll be here.
Tim Swaysgood going
to fill in.
Might even get a Maxine appearance.
Huron.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be the guest of the week.
Maxine's awesome, isn't she?
Maxine can talk shop on a lot of instances. I got to go Wednesday and try to make this man to my right proud and deliver some toys and in the multiple comma club of toys delivered off into a Philadelphia retailer. So,
yeah, that sounds good. And now you can see the Reaps on camera here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth as well.
There they are.
It's a full party up here.
It's a full shot.
It is a full party, and But that wraps up our pregame show brought to you by Ashland Eye Care. Go check out Dr. Denbo and our fine friends there.
Heath Grissinger introducing all of the starters from Findlay and Ashland here momentarily. Once the Ashland starters are announced, they'll head out to their positions and we'll get the national anthem performed and we'll be ready for baseball here shortly. We'll be right back right after this.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Caps for the national anthem.
And back here at Archer Arrows Park, about to get underway. Brandon Wells and Chris Mowry up here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth. It is time to get the first pitch, courtesy of Bo Lacey, coming here in just a minute from Evan DeHinden. We are excited to see him out here today. The Arrows coming in pretty marvelous, 6-1. The Trojans 3-0. And so this Ashland squad with an opportunity to go to 7-1. Tremendous start for the Arrows. But again, first pitch coming up, courtesy of Bo Lacey Construction, handling your roofing, siding, deck, bath remodel, and window replacement needs. Experience you can trust, done right on time. Bo Lacey Construction. And DeHinden will be throwing to Tanner Wolf back there behind the plate, who's been doing pretty much all the catching here so far in 2025. Over on the other side, give you another look at that lineup. It's Went, Fleckner, Eckelberry, Stillings, Harris, Gebhardt, Longenecker, Gonzalez, and Krates. There we go. Let's try not to cut that off for you. At the Arrows and Trojans in a non-conference Saturday afternoon matchup. DeHinden out on the mound, our starting pitcher. Brought to you by Sarver Paving. And DeHinden, fastball, two-seamer, change, curve, and a cutter. So we'll see how that all shakes out here today. 4 pitches, and usually you want to make sure you at least have, a couple of them going right. And we may be out of propane in here, is what Mr. Mowry is saying. And that is unfortunate. We'll take it. It happens. We will not, we'll just... Oh, Chris says we're not out of propane. Look at this. Look at this. He's got another bit of propane, and here in the Priest Dental booth. If this building burns down suddenly or explodes, please tell my family I love them. Please tell everybody I love them all. First pitch coming here from DeHinden. It's a strike on the outside corner. 46 degrees, your truly inspired paper company weather, and that's ripped down the left side, right down the line. Big turnover at first, and he's going for second, bobbled by Mangus. Throw into second to Kaiser, not in time, so a single and an error. And the Trojans just like that with a man in scoring position. And we've got early trouble for the Arrows. That ball was roped down the third base line, and single and an error puts Went in scoring position. So truly inspired paper, bringing you the weather, 46 degrees, 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, going left to right out there. All your paper needs, check out Truly Inspired Paper Company. DeHinden will have to go from the stretch, showing bunt, and it's down. It's a good one from Fleckner, and tough play. They're not going to get him at first, and that's going to be a base hit on the infield bunt single, trying to sacrifice, and maybe a miscommunication on that one. And nice job by Fleckner getting the bunt down, and just like that, trouble brewing for the Arrows.
Well, expect it again. I know you're in the 3-hole, but you just forced the defense to have to make a play, which they were not able to execute on a play that's happened since we were 7. And that's a bunt right back in the middle of the box. And, they say once you get one down, you do it until they stop it. We'll see if that's what happens or if Coach lets him swing away.
Yeah, I'm thinking back on what the coverage was there. I don't know if Kaiser was just too deep trying to hold the base runner.
About fell backwards.
And DeHinden struggled on it coming back to him, and then might have been a little late getting over to first base as far as our coverage. We got to make sure we're communicating on those plays. So when you get a guy on second base like that as the pitcher, you're communicating, hey, me and you on a comeback, whatever it is, right? I got, you're talking to your guys about bunt coverage. I got this line, I got that line. Whatever the coverage is, you got to make sure you're communicating.
Blue, red, 387, green, whatever. Blue, 42, hike. Make sure you're on the same page.
As long as it's not red, right, 88. That's up.
Thanks, buddy. Well, Bob, we had a long game yesterday. We got into Browns draft, how we fixed the Browns. It was a long game.
It was something.
Trojans in motion, going to second. We'll have no throw. Wolf did a nice job just to keep that one in front of him. So 2 men in scoring position and a hitter's count to 3-hole hitter Landon Eckelberry, the third baseman today, and bringing in a spot you don't like to see in the infield, already coming in for the Arrows. Now Gris and Kaiser back up.
That kind of medium. Yeah, now they're backing off to maybe trade. Everybody backs off to trade an out for a run. That's outside.
What are you doing, Coach? Green light or are you going to hold?
I think I'm holding him here this early. I mean, you got to make sure to prove that he can throw strikes. There's no outs, so you know. I got the take sign here.
I got the swing away if it's your pitch, your speed. And he took.
Yeah, I think he was taking. I mean, I'm okay with either on that,
Yeah,
but you know, it also depends on the hitter. Like, how selective is he? What kind of a hitter do you have? Is he a veteran? Does he understand?
Veteran.
Yeah, but now you're obviously green lighting and trying to put something in play here. That was
Fouls
good.
that one off.
Yeah.
The Norman Foundation backstop.
Good hack right there.
Man at second, third. At third base, his leadoff hitter went, and Fleckner, who reached on that bunt single, moved up to second base on a steal. 3-hole hitter, third baseman Landon Eckelberry in the box with a full count, 3-2 to Hendon working out of the stretch.
Breaking ball over his head.
419 Barbershop, high and tight. Check them out, downtown Ashland, for all your haircut needs.
They'll get you looking fresh. That is definitely a high and tight.
That was high and tight. 5-hole hitter Reese Stillings, today's first baseman, comes up in a spot that every cleanup hitter dreams of. Bases loaded and nobody out.
Yeah, this is now I'm bringing guys in at the corners. I probably would bring everybody in defensively here because the chances of doubling somebody up on this infield, Chris, are pretty slim to none. And, I mean, it has to be hit incredibly hard and really kind of an atom ball. So I'd be trying to cut off a run early on. But we're in at the corners, and we're double play depth up the middle.
Well, the second cut at Augusta National is about half as high as the infield grass.
Nice
Wolf,
job
good
by
job.
Wolf. Yeah, keeping that one in
Fabulous
front.
job.
I got to say, I am surprised we didn't get the infield. Oh, there we go. That was not ideal.
Back to live action. Base is full of Trojans. Big lead at second base. 1-0 count to Stillings. DeHenden needs to find the zone. Struggling to throw strikes here. Sophomore Evan DeHenden.
That one was a little up, but
Yep.
not a bad spot.
Infield is up. Farnsworth at third base on the dirt, or on the grass, excuse me. Middle infield now playing back. Summers at first, up on the cut. Another ball.
First inning brought to you by Comfort Control. You saw Joe and Brittany Reap up here earlier.
Sure did.
Coming up to say hello to Mr. Archer.
Brittany Reap, a big part of Cuddy's organization down there, ACCF. 4 balls. That's 8 in a row. And
Tough
they're
spot here, and
walked in a run.
yeah, nowhere to put them out there.
Need to start with a strike. Get ahead. Chase Harris, the left fielder. We got action in the Arrows pen right now. Get you a number in a minute. Harris, a big strapping young feller.
I can't go off the rails in the top of the first.
I was setting you up and you didn't take the bait. Spinner pitch, no dice.
I think that was that hard slider or cutter. Or he was trying to throw a curveball and couldn't get the grip, and it just slipped out. He's having a hard time with his feel early on, right? And we talked about this some yesterday in the cold weather, how hard it is to feel the ball and have a grip. So you got to figure out when you're warming up, all right, what do I have a feel for? And I got to stick with those early on especially.
I don't know who they gave the air to for the Arrows, but I disagree with that. That's 10 straight balls.
Well, it was a single and an error on Mangus in left field.
Okay.
And that's how leadoff hitter got to second.
I got them for 2 hits. They got 1 hit up on the board. But nonetheless.
It should be one run, 2 hits, and an error on the Arrows. Yeah, That's correct.
DeHenden looking to find the zone. 2-0 count on Stillings. Bases juiced. Harry gets one. Now 2-1 the count.
A lot of movement on that two-seamer coming in.
Yeah.
Tough pitch to hit.
Yeah,
Really
for
nice
sure.
spot on 2-0 after 10 straight.
10 straight's usually referenced to my foul shooting. I make them all. There's a little chopper. Summers not going to get that one. Kaiser quickly to first. Traded out for a run. 2-0 Trojans. Now one out.
Number 4, Jacob Gebhardt.
6-hole hitter Jacob Gebhardt steps in with runners at second and third. Now 2 runs plated for the Trojans.
Yeah, that spot you're grateful to get an out and throw
100%.
some strikes, and good job battling back for DeHenden there. Got to be aggressive, go right at him. Showing bunt. Could be a squeeze, safety squeeze. He went, and nice base running down there at third. Waiting to see it down, but he had a good secondary and wanted to see that ball down. I like the idea. You already got 2 runs. You're trying to sneak in another 1 or 2 here if you're the Trojans. Love the squeeze.
Landon Eckelberry, taught right. Down and foul, back and fair. Didn't give Wolf a lane to throw the ball. Well done.
That's hit well.
That is hit well to center field. Hickey coming on, floating, and makes the catch. He's going to fire in there. It's going to be cut by Summers. Don't throw it home. There we go. Good job of baseball all around. Now 3-0 Trojans.
Really nice job by Jeff Hickey tracking that ball against the wind. It was pushing that ball more and more towards right center, and he had a beat on it. Good job tracking it down. The only thing I don't like there is you really want to set up that cut towards third. You got to get behind it and set the cut towards third base because you have no play at home there.
Corey Snyder would have.
Maybe Mark Whitten.
Oh, my gosh, Mark Whitten. He always went up to the plate with those blinkers on.
Always. That guy had a cannon.
Cannon.
Hendon's just not feeling that curveball yet. You can tell he can't get a feel for it as he's trying to throw it early in the count.
Might want to put that one back in the blinker pocket.
Well, that's hard to say. I mean, you want to find it, right, because you need it. But there are days where, like, I'm just not going to feel that pitch. I might have to bail on it for today. Yeah.
Hence the blinker pocket comment.
I know what you meant.
Okay. 2 outs now. DeHenden working a 1-0 count, now 1-1.
Really nice spot on the outside corner.
But we're going to see the Arrows have to play from behind. We haven't seen that yet, so that's a new wrinkle here in the early season. Arrows fortunate to get on a lot of teams early.
They might have charged an error on that bunt.
Oh, giving a hit.
Yeah.
Flared into right. Holt right at him. Holt finds it at the bottom of that Wilson A2000. We head to the bottom of the first.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time. With free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Let's get a quick look at the Arrows lineup here, BW.
Tyler Holt, right field, leading off today in place of Michael Franz. Jeff Hickey playing center field in the 2-hole. Alex Grissinger, the shortstop, in the 3 slot. A.J. Workman doing the DHing today in the 4-hole. Trent Summers over at first base in the 5 spot. Nick Mangus back out in left field in the 6-hole. Miles Farnsworth gets the start over at third after last night's start on the mound. In the 7-hole, Justin Kaiser then in the 8-hole at second base. The handy second baseman and Tanner Wolf back behind the plate in the 9-hole, courtesy of Bill Harris Dealerships. The Arrows starting lineup.
Let me ask you a question. You're down 3-0. You didn't really find the strike zone with your starting pitcher there in the top of the first. Your head coach, Rick Goff, let's put you in the third base box. What's the message here to your squad?
No panic. Hey, just one at a time. We got to chip away. Let's find a way to put the ball in play and try to get one back right here. We don't have to get all 3 of them back in the first inning, right? That's it. Nothing crazy. You know, here we go.
AHS. Yeah.
I'm not sure why that matters before the first pitch. I get it once the pitch starts. Then you say, okay, hey, make sure everybody's in there. But
We'll have Heath ask on Monday when they're back at school.
you see the slider coming in there. Hull. These guys had a win last night, a walk-off win. The bottom of the 7th.
4-3, yeah?
I don't know.
That's what your text said.
That was this morning.
Tyler Holt, the leadoff batter for the Arrows today, going to look to get the offense started here in the bottom of the first, presented by Comfort Control. Top of the first was a litany of BB&C Car Care walks, a couple singles, a couple errors that the board shows. I got the errors for 1 error, but the board shows 2. 1 hit. I have him for 2 on the board. Nonetheless, hey, we're cutting hairs here. Tyler Holt going to step in here.
Splitting hairs.
Splitting hairs, cutting hairs, whatever. 419 barbershop reference. Right-handed hitting senior right fielder Tyler Holt doing battle against the Trojans starter Cole Hall.
Hall.
Thank you. First one in there for a strike.
Cole Hall.
Say that 4 times. The Scarecrow outside of the normal parka today. Down there in the first base box.
Well, that won't last.
That won't last either. Coach Goff's got the mittens. He's bundled up wisely. Holt swings through that fastball. Now down to the count 0-2.
He did not get cheated on that swing. Going to play his college baseball at Clarion.
Ooh, long eye.
I said Clarion.
Clarion. Oh, no.
Clarion. I don't know if you're going to say it like a Pennsylvanian.
Sid Sud's strikeout to lead off the bottom of the first for the Arrows. That'll bring up 2-hole hitter center fielder Jeff Hickey, who made a nice play there on that tailing fly ball, Brandon. You noted the wind heading from left to right fields, and Hickey had to drift and hustle to get to it. And fortunately, he did. If that one finds the grass, man, that's 2 more runs.
Strikeouts today brought to you by Sid Sud. Soft power washing with superheated water. Sid Sud's here in Ashland. Yeah, Hickey had a nice beat on that one. Good play out in right center. Really good job here so far from Hall of getting ahead. 4 pitches, 4 strikes.
That's handy.
Hitting the corners. And you know, this isn't a league game for either team. He's got a lot of motion. He kind of slides that foot over towards the first base side of the rubber while he's in the windup.
Bet you there's a number of hot hands in those back pockets today for these players. Should be some hot hands for these announcers.
Nice pitch on the inside corner. 1-2.
Saying he swung at that one, home plate umpire Rob Levengood.
That was close either way, but that was a nice 2-seamer that just was coming in and riding in on the hands. Make sure you stay tuned for the second inning. We'll have Bob Archer with us, and they're in the booth. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the breaking ball. Hickey down on strikes. 2 up, 2 down. A couple of Sid Suds strikeouts for the Arrows.
3-hole hitter Alex Grissinger, today's shortstop for the Arrows, steps in. Base is empty of Arrows, and Arrows looking to get their first knock of the game.
I think it's getting colder, Chris.
I'm cold. I'm not afraid to admit it. I did go with the thermals again.
I did too.
Smart. Chris a little behind that one, chops that one off.
Just, so far, Hall has done a nice job of working the corners.
I'm not afraid to
see
admit
it on
I
this
did go
pitch
with
here
the
on the
thermals.
cyber paving replay. That 2-seamer riding in on the hands. Out of the hands. It looks like it's going to be a nice fastball for you middle away, and all of a sudden it just dives in on you.
I don't know where Hall ranks in there. There's a fly ball down the
That's a line drive.
Batting cage area there. That one stayed in the yard. Meaning
That
not the crick. That
could have killed somebody. Right, yeah.
Chris now down the count 0-2. I don't know where the starting pitching lines up for the Trojans, but what Hall's looked like here early in the game, it looks like he's a pretty good arm. There's a pop-up into the infield. Third baseman Eckleberry under that one. No, it's going to be Wint that comes on to retire the Arrows in order.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors, CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show.
Welcome back to the Pre-Stillin' Broadcast booth. I'm Chris Mallory. That's Brandon Wells. And time to welcome in our Whitcomb and Hess game day guest. That's none other than Ashland legend Bob Archer. He's off to my right. Whitcomb and Hess Plan, Grow, Thrive financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. Welcome, Bob. Good to have you, buddy.
Good to be here.
Let's try that one more time.
Yeah.
Now say it.
Good to be here.
Yeah, now we can hear you. That was my mistake. I have one job, one role, talk and run the board, and I failed at the
You
at the
had
second.
one job. Bob,
Yeah.
how are you? Good to have you up here.
I'm good today. I'd like to be a little warmer, but other than that, it's fine.
We're trying. We got the 41 pounds of propane going behind us, so thanks to Randy Heller and Steve Paramore for helping us out, keeping the press box warm, and yeah, it's really great.
Bobby, yeah, you've been a big part of the renovations here and being a generous donor. I mean, everybody knows that you're a very generous person. We're just thankful that you're here at Archer Arrows Park. How's that sound to you?
Sounds pretty good to me.
It's pretty great, right? Part
That's right.
of a legacy that you have here, and I think everybody here is all very thankful for it. As somebody who's coached a lot of baseball myself, this you're not going to find many facilities better than this at the high school level.
It's a great field.
Does really good too. I can count on my hand the number of games that we've played since we've done a lot of these renovations that normally would have gotten bagged because the field
Right.
was just, it was saturated, but it never had the proper drainage to drain throughout the school day that would allow a kid to play ball here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 o'clock, whatever. And, it's just a testament to, you got a game scheduled, right, Brandon and Bob? You want to get the game in.
Oh, yeah.
So we're able to do that now, which is really fantastic. 2-1 count to Hendon finds a strike early here in this AB, but now falls behind 2-1. Arrows trail the Trojans 3-0 here. So, Bob, what's going on in your world? You're still at AU doing some work up there?
Still at AU. I get in there 30 hours a week, and I've got an office on the second floor, 204 if you're ever in the building. Drop
All right,
by.
I will. And that's in Brandon's building, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah,
that's
and
right, yeah.
DAUC, which is Kobe College of Business and Economics. I have had the blessing of teaching a class in business communications this semester, and it's been a fascinating journey to jump in with mostly sophomores and juniors, a couple of freshmen, a couple seniors. But I know you have a role over there. Hey, we're looking for a new dean over there. I know that's going on.
They call me the executive in residence, and Carlos paid me $1 a year, and John Petey came in and doubled my salary.
$2?
I get $2 now, yes.
You can get you a bottle of soda. Just about.
Maybe.
About 12 ounces of it.
I'm not sure anymore.
They might give you it for $2 without the cap.
Right.
Yeah. So I've lived here for a very, very long time, and I would go by College Avenue all the time, and I said, that's the Dausch building. And it wasn't until Tara started going there Monday through Friday
DAUC.
that it's DAUC. I
DAUC.
never knew that.
That's right.
I never knew that.
DAUC.
You'd have thought that I would have learned that at some point, but I took my wife going to AU to learn it. There's a bunt. It's
Bob,
gonna
you
get
going
out of
over to
play.
the symphony tonight?
I'll be at the Symphony tonight. Yes, I will. My wife and I both.
I know you guys have been big supporters of that. It's an amazing thing that we have here it's Michael Repper, right?
Yeah, the conductor, he spent some time with us yesterday. Michael's a very, very good man, and he knows music. He really does, yes.
It's, I think, Brahms this week is what I was told. Chris doesn't know what we're talking about.
I think you're right, yes.
I think it's Brahms, yeah. The only Brahms he knows are the coaches at Louisville in the football program, Jeff and Brian.
Nice entry.
You're welcome.
That was well done. Hendon way ahead now, 2-0. We got a runner at first. It's getting a big secondary here, Brandon. That might be a delayed steal we see in action here.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I would think about a pitch out here, even potentially if you're, 0-2. You got a left-handed hitter, so sometimes that's harder for the catcher to see, and get a read down there at first. But you're trying to guess. It's a guessing game here.
So we had Renee Holt on yesterday, Bob.
That's good.
Celebrated her
Right.
OCC championship.
Yep.
Celebrated her Division III Coach of the Year.
That's great.
Celebrated 2 All-Ohioans, Madison Hoffman and Kennedy Lacey, and Cece Sturry and Cameron Cox were all district. So it was really cool and a nice touch by the baseball team to welcome the ladies basketball squad and be introduced and recognized really for a job well done in a 20-6 campaign. Can you believe that?
They're going to be even better next year.
They're going to be dangerous. Hey, got him.
Nope, he's back. Bob, you've always been a big supporter of Arrows Athletics and Eagle Athletics. What drew you to the women's basketball program at AU and even the girls basketball program here as well?
I think just knowing the coaches, and of course, one of the first booster clubs at Ashland University was the Women's Fast Break Club. Started when Robin was here. And I think it's grown and it's been very supportive and it helps recruit.
Speaking of Robin, did she do any good this year?
Not too bad.
Jeez, got them turned around, didn't she? Got made the tournament.
Robin Freilich now up at Michigan State.
Runner in motion. Slider drilled off to the left side. I'll stay in the park, but foul. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Robin went from Ashland to Bowling Green to Michigan State. She's now making $900,000 a year. That's not too shabby.
That's
I heard it was $1 million. I heard she got
bonuses.
a bonus.
Well, she might have.
Yeah, so she's in the.
Her starting salary was $900,000.
It's not too bad. I think you can do a lot of things on
Kim
that.
Caldwell, who was at Glenville State, is now at Tennessee. She's
That's
only
right.
making $700,000.
Wow. Well, that won't.
She got a raise this year
I was going
too.
to say that won't last because they had a good year this year.
They did, right?
Yeah.
Did they make the Final Four?
Tennessee,
No,
they
no.
made the Elite
Okay.
Eight, I think,
Elite
and
Eight,
then
okay.
lost. Yeah. They lost to UCLA.
There's no shame in that. That's a good squad.
Right.
You paid any attention and seen Juju Watkins play for USC?
Yes, I had watched her. Yes, right. Yes.
Boy, she can go.
Tore ACL there in the Final Four. Yeah,
Right.
that was Elite Eight, and it was sad, but
It was going to be UConn and USC. Beckers and Watkins would have been quite a game.
I was excited to see Gino win with Beckers.
Yeah.
I didn't like UConn back when they were in their, ridiculous winning streak, but now I've grown to really like them and appreciate them.
Swung on and missed. We got a straight steal on that, and he's in there safely. Gris gets to the bag, but not a good ball to handle, and I don't
Yeah.
think it would have got there in time.
Tough pitch for Wolf to throw on right there, away, but a nice two-seamer from DeHinden with a lot of movement to get the strikeout, and that's a big one right there to get that first out.
We're back at the top with Blade Wint, the shortstop. He singled and scored last inning to lead off the game. Bob, you been getting any softball games or baseball games at AU?
Oh yes. In fact, I'll be like a bench coach tomorrow when they play Ursuline tomorrow.
Oh,
right.
that's
Yes.
fun. That's
They
fun.
call me honorary coach tomorrow.
You going to fill out the lineup card? Is this for Shally?
I doubt it.
Is it Shally? Baseball?
No, it's softball.
Oh, softball.
Girls softball. Right.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
right,
okay.
right, yeah.
Are you going to be on the bench?
I'll be on the bench.
Nice,
right,
nice.
yes.
You in uniform?
No uniform, but I'll have an AU hat though.
Yes, you will. And the jacket, I'm sure.
Right.
Trouble.
Lots.
Trouble. Get out.
Oof, foul, thankfully.
Whoa, that was well hit.
Yeah, that was the
Well, I just-
inside-out swing, and the wind just pushed it foul.
I learned something about my friend Bob Archer this afternoon.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know he was a football player at Case Western.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. We talked about that.
Yeah.
My wife used to work at Case, so we had a few conversations about Case.
That was a long time ago.
That's all right. Your memory's fantastic. You played your freshman year and your senior year, and you told us a story which was pretty cool. You beat a ranked All-American team or something or other.
Allegheny, yes, that's
Okay.
right, yes.
What was the story there?
We just had one of those days where everything went right and everything went wrong for them.
Those are the best ones. How many touchdown catches that day for you?
I got 3. We won 21-0.
Wow.
You got the hat trick, BW.
I think they came to town thinking they were going to kill us, and it
Yeah.
didn't work out for them, right?
Well, the truth is, I mean, you guys probably must have passed the ball more than most teams back then, Bob, because even, in that era, it didn't seem like there was that much passing.
We didn't have a good running attack, so we had to pass.
That was the
All
days
right.
of the wing tee.
Yeah, hey, whatever works, right?
Yeah.
You got to be adaptable.
That's right.
3 yards in a cloud of dust, made famous by Woody. What'd you think of the Ohio State Buckeyes and Ryan Day this year?
Outstanding.
It's really hard for me to admit because I'm an Ohio boy, as you are, both of you guys, and we don't really care for Ann Arbor so much. But I will say that was probably the best thing that happened to Ohio State was losing to Michigan. And
You're right.
It recentered them, and I think it just angered them beyond belief, and they
Right.
just took it out on everybody. And it was pretty amazing to see what they did the last 4 games of the season.
Yeah, speaking of Ryan Day, he spent some time with his son up here when they played Ashland.
Yeah.
And he signed autographs. He did a nice job. People really liked him.
Well, I was going to try and grab him and put him on during the game on the sideline, but I could never find him. I was down on the field, and I just couldn't find him. And then I saw some pictures afterwards, and he was down by the goalpost with a couple security guys
yeah,
with
he
him.
was.
And I thought, well, if you were undefeated against Michigan, I could see it, but you haven't beat Michigan yet. You probably don't need anybody around you to guard you. I'll be here for another 2 hours. 2-1 to count. Runner at second base. 2 outs now for the Trojans. Their top half of the second. That one's high again. We got a throw down to second base. Chris, fortunately, going to find that in his glove.
Wow.
Chris, well, never mind.
Okay.
I keep,
Good leap there.
That was really nice job by Gris out there.
No idea. Any big plans, Bob, coming up?
Just sort of staying quiet,
Understood.
recuperating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Understood.
That's a strike.
All right.
Nice pitch there.
Full
Good
count, 2
velocity.
outs.
Bob, did you play baseball when you were a kid?
When I was a kid at American Legion, we didn't have high school baseball. It was that football, basketball, and track. I played American Legion. I was a pitcher.
Nice.
Ah,
Outfielder when I wasn't pitching.
sure.
Righty or lefty?
Lefty.
Okay. Wow. See, nowadays, Bob, left-handed pitcher, you'd have everybody coming after you trying to recruit you.
Right.
What'd you throw? Did you throw hard? Did you have a curveball?
Decent fastball, but I threw a lot of curveballs.
Yeah.
Because in those days, kids were a little nervous.
Yeah. See that big bender?
They'd back out.
That left-handed bender. Whoa, hey, yeah.
That's right. We had a lot of left-handed batters when I played.
Nice.
Now runners at first and second after a BB&C car care walk issued to Fleckner. Landon Eckelberry, he walked and scored in the first. He'll have another opportunity, a 3-hole hitter, to do some damage here and potentially increase this lead from 3-0 here with a good spot with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. He'll be on the move in the crack of the bat. There it is, and he's in motion, and that one's Chris with a terrific play.
Good play.
Absolutely
All
outstanding.
right.
Show him the ball, Geyser. Good job. That's a fantastic play. Save the arrows, a run, and we'll head to the bottom of the second.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We've got the biggest, littlest Arrows fan in all the land. Hudson makes an appearance right there. Wave at the camera right here, buddy.
Go up there. Yeah, there
There
it
he is.
Here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth, Bob Archer joining us alongside with Hudson Farber.
Tara
And Tara
Mowry.
Mowry. Heath Grissinger. It's a full booth up here today.
No MOD participation today.
Thankful to Simonson Construction for building this sucker. We know it is in good shape, and we are okay. There's no collapsing up here.
I did get a text, AJ Workman in the box, got a text that AC says he's probably going to make a journey over. Aiden Chandler over at the track meet for some other reason. I don't know why, but he's on property.
Little scouting trip for him over there.
I'm going to leave it go. Not sure. Might be running the 4x1. Bye, buddy.
See you, little
ya.
man.
Okay, later, Tater. He's a good boy. Bob, he absolutely loves Arrows athletics. It's amazing.
He knows the fight song.
He knows the fight song. Literally, he's up here. So this button right here is Hudson, and sometimes this one's Hudson, and this is the fight song. So if we touch that and time it right, it's Hudson singing the fight song as we go off the air. It's pretty cool.
Great.
Pretty great.
It's amazing, yeah. So after the football games, I always interview Coach V and some players, and the game's over, and I just walk out to the middle field. I do it every game, and all of a sudden I see over my shoulder, and Hudson, your little feet just running up where I'm at, and he stands there, holds my hand, and looks up to Bernhard. You had a good game. Say things like that, and then I like, who's that? He's like, Hans Franz. 3 touchdowns. Good job. It's just funny. So he's become like the de facto mascot.
Yeah, mini mascot.
Yeah.
Workman has worked the count full against Hull. There's the payoff pitch. Inside, almost got him. It did get him.
Oh, okay.
And so that puts A.J. Workman, the leadoff hitter here, over at first base. Arrows with a 3-0 lead. Chance to tack on more.
Tack on one. They're looking to tack the first one. Trent Summers,
I'm
first
sorry.
baseman.
Arrows down 3-0. I said up 3-0.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for.
My brain is still thinking of yesterday, and I'm so confused by all the zeros out on the scoreboard right now.
I'm serving as Gary Cohen today, and you're Keith Hernandez.
I'm Keith Hernandez. One of the best scenes in Seinfeld ever was when Keith Hernandez guest starred on there.
So Handelsman let me know. I had to ask him last night. It was Confucius's temple I was at in Khufu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and blonde hair, blue eyes, Caucasian, and I was there, and I went by myself. They stayed back and watched the Red Sox in the World Series on a Sunday in China, and I go there, and there's like a class field trip or something. There's hundreds and hundreds of Chinese school kids, and these kids just stared at me like I was John Lennon, man. Like
You might have been the first person
could've.
they saw with blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
I told you,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mother
Yeah.
in the late 90s went to Beijing and over to China with my dad on a business trip, and my mother's a beautiful lady and blonde hair, and like, yeah, they
wild.
all, like, people were coming up and touching her hair.
Yeah, yeah. You spent quite a bit of time in China, didn't you, Bob?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
China, Taiwan,
yeah.
South America.
I've never been to Taiwan.
Bob, what's been one of your favorite places to travel to internationally?
I would say Brazil.
Why is that?
It's just like the people. I like the food. I worked for the Hoover Company. We had a lot of businesses there, so I had a lot to do.
So Bob was an early start of his career, was involved with Hedstrom, Eagle Rubber.
Right, way back.
Yep, way back.
Right.
And then you took Kent Sporting Goods out of Eagle Rubber, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we
Or
actually bought it from Brown Group. Yeah,
Okay, bought it from them.
There were 6 of us. That's right.
And then Kent had been the mainstay, basically parent company
Right.
for a many number of years.
Yeah, we bought a lot of our competitors. Right.
Sure.
Ski companies and wakeboard companies we bought. Right.
I've been told that there's not a life jacket made that probably hasn't gone through Kent. At least it feels like, at least a good one. That hasn't.
Kent's still #1 in the world on life jackets.
That's amazing.
We play around in the inflatable safety device. We call it. It's not a life preserver, but the little arm floats, with character Disney licenses.
Right, yeah.
California just passed a new law that says all of those swim rings and armbands have to be California or Coast Guard approved.
Oh.
So that's new to our business, in the toy section, not the ski section or water. There's a sharply hit ball by Summers. Might have two here. 6-4. He dropped it at first base, so they had Summers doubled up. So leadoff runner Workman retired at second. Summers will be at first base.
Nice job by the shortstop. Really good turn there by Went. You could see him keep the ball down low and whip it over to second. That's how you do it. And just a little bit of a short-armed throw from second over to first. And you can't assume a double play, so no error there, just a base hit. I mean, just a fielder's choice, rather.
My son John played for the Arrows. He was a pitcher and a shortstop.
Okay.
Way back when.
When did John graduate?
I think 83 or 4.
Okay. Okay.
And he went to Indiana.
Oh, he's a Hoosier.
My other kids went to Miami and Ohio State, but John wanted to get out of the state.
Okay.
Over in Bloomington.
In Bloomington, right.
I've heard Indiana's a tremendous school.
It was a
awesome.
good school. Bloomington's a great town.
It is a great
It
town.
is, right.
Good food, good culture.
Yep.
I spent some time there. I had some friends who were professors there.
A school that's looking at Nathan Bernhard.
Really?
Why
Yep.
wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They should be.
They have an offer into him, I believe.
I'm looking forward to seeing where he ends up.
Yeah, I think everybody is, to be honest, and wish the young man nothing but the best. And be kind of cool getting to watch him play on TV someday, wherever he ends up.
Yep.
Caden Schmidt's in the portal.
I saw that. Trying to leave my Bobcats.
That one caught me off guard. I mean, he went from, special teams to starting. I having a great run there in Athens.
Portal's a double-edged sword.
Right.
They can do one thing with the portal, and that's flush it, if you ask me.
That's not happening anytime soon.
No. Did you see the Tennessee quarterback today?
I did.
They're paying him $2 million. He said, that's not good enough, boys. I want $4 million. They said, take a hike. Wow. The Tennessee starting quarterback, yeah.
19 years old.
Demands $4 million to play quarterback in college.
He'll get it somewhere, probably. Something close.
It's amazing.
It's a whole different world, isn't it, Bob?
Sure is. Certainly is.
I mean, even just from 5 years ago to now,
Right.
the college recruiting process and what it looks like. I've had a lot of those conversations with John Ellenwood and talked about what that looks like and the challenges of that. It's fouled off over
That's
to
our
$7 Creek.
first
Yeah.
$7 donation, Bob, into $7 Creek.
That's right.
Paramore is now $7 lighter in the wallet on the board budget.
So are the taxpayers.
Taxpayers as well.
Right.
Yeah. We did our best to get the 33-foot backstop up. There's another sharp hit. We're going to have a chance for two. My gosh, Went can play shortstop.
Yeah, now you're not going to double up Mangus, but a great play by Went there, and he is good, sure-handed. And, boy, when you watch his transition on that throw of staying
legit.
down, staying low, and that whip motion.
That's legit.
That's a really good shortstop right there. Good job by Mangus, though, who hit it hard, just kind of an atom ball, and he busted it out of the box and avoids the double play. Again, the grass here right now needs mowed on the infield, and the weather has kept us from being able to do that. So that's part of why it slowed that ball down, too, Chris.
Yesterday's Sarver Paving winning pitcher, Miles Farnsworth, gets his first hack of the day. Bob, you know Denise Farnsworth. She's coach of the stunt team at AU, and really great lady. She was up here saying hello earlier, and Miles, her son, got the pitching victory yesterday for the Arrows against the Colts.
Oh, great.
Good sophomore-looking player. He started a lot of games at third base last year for us as a freshman, so expecting some good things from the young Farnsworth.
30 pitches for Hall so far. Here in the bottom of the second.
Trojans still leading 3-0.
Mangus with a decent lead. Good athletic move, though, from Hall. Back safely as Mangus.
Couple 6-4 fielders' choices here in the bottom of the second for the Arrows. Arrows just need to find a base hit somewhere in some grass, Brandon.
Hasn't happened yet. That's another ground ball to short. Tough play.
Went stayed
Not
down,
for Went.
throws it on the run. Went, I don't know what age he is, but I will guarantee he's got an opportunity to play in college. Come on back.
The team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, Grow, Thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Back for the top of the third, presented by Comfort Control. The Trojans up 3-0 to Hendon. Still rocks and fires for the Arrows and gets ahead 0-1 here early on. Number 5, the 4-hole hitter and first baseman Reese Stillings. Stillings reached on a walk, his first AB in the first. Stranded at second base.
You got to finish on the mound. You got to follow through. He's still occasionally finishing 2 upright.
Didn't really notice it earlier, but DeHendon works way on the left side of the rubber,
Sure, all the way over there at the first base side. Whew. That was a gift. Nice pitch, but it was definitely a little on the outside.
You could tell what I thought with that. DeHendon way ahead now, 1-2. Be nice to start with a leadoff out here for the Arrows. Just a little up, yeah.
Trying to climb the ladder there. Oops, I called it a strike.
Activity still down in the Arrows pen. That's belted into left. That's down. That's in some grass. Big turn coming for Stillings, but we'll get that one in quickly. Hits cutoff man. There we go. And going to hold Stillings to a leadoff single. That'll bring up 5-hole hitter Chase Harris. Bob, that one was hit on a line. That's the one I was asking for when we were at bat.
Right.
That's so important to get that leadoff man, too. And now you might see them laying one down. We'll see if Coach decides to do here.
I'm with you, Brandon. I didn't think that scoreboard was going to really mess me up, but
it's messing me up.
It is wild. All those zeros up there.
It's messing me up.
Yeah.
And I'm the one running my own, our own on-screen scoreboard. But
DeHendon out of the stretch now. In there for a strike to get ahead on Harris.
From the stretch.
Bob, any new good restaurants you've taken the young white lady to recently?
Not recently. We've been sort of sticking close to home.
Yeah.
But actually, has a lot of good restaurants now.
It does.
It really does.
Well, there's a little weak one hit to second base. Kaiser going to pick that up and go to first with a rocket there. Good job by Justin Kaiser to at least get an out, Brandon. You like to get the leader, but just hit too slowly to do that.
Yeah, anything pounded into this grass in front of the mound, you're not going to have a chance to turn a double play today, that's for sure. Good job with Kaiser. He's such a sure-handed defender over there at second base.
Yeah, he's my guy. I like him out there.
When the ball's hitting his direction, you take a sigh of relief.
Well, Tara got me a new Blackstone, Bob, for Christmas, and I've not yet to see. You got to season those things. Did you know that?
Right.
So you got to do like 4 coatings of oil and burn it in and wipe it off and let it cool. And
is that for the veggies? All the veggies?
So I'm inviting Mrs. and Mr. Archer over for a ribeye this summer.
Well, great. I'll be there.
We'll find a day that works, and we'll break in that Blackstone, and we'll cook a nice meal up for you guys. And
Good.
Really appreciate all the things you guys do for us. It's fantastic around the community.
Thanks for the invite, Chris.
You didn't let me get finished. I was still delivering. I'm gonna cook you a sirloin.
No, he gets hamburger.
Yes,
There you go. I'll take
that's
it.
right.
That's all right. I had a smash burger last night. I know Chris is surprised. I don't eat that much meat, but I've been eating way too much lately. And yesterday I was like all America yesterday. I had a hot dog and a hamburger yesterday. And chicken wings at lunch.
Smart man.
It was a great day of food. I don't know if it was the healthiest day of food, but it tasted good.
Pop up in the infield. That one's Kaiser's ball. If he takes it, no, Gris going to call him off. Nicely done.
Good job, Gris.
And Gris comes in, as the field general should do from shortstop, and now 2 outs.
That's a great 2-0 pitch, Chris. A 2-seamer running in on the hands. Because as a hitter, you're sitting fastball on that 2-0 count, and just enough motion that ball was coming in, and a nice pitch by to Hendon.
So, Bob, you like traveling to Brazil the best. What's the one city that you enjoyed anywhere in the world for food?
Oh, my.
I'd have to say Paris.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's
I
right,
will
yeah,
second that.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I have 2. One is New York. I'm a glutton for. There's a runner in motion with 2 outs headed to third and going to get in there safely. So we'll have a
That hurt.
runner at third. He jammed his neck into the base, I think, or his shoulder or something.
That was an awkward slide into third, and I think he's okay, especially when it's cold, man. Everything hurts just a little bit more when it's cold like this. And it was an off-speed pitch on the first pitch there, and so we picked a really nice pitch to run on. Had a great jump.
I'm going with New York as number one for me. I love steak, so it's about the best. You got Peter Luger's and Capital Grill, and there's so many of them there. Smith and Walensky's and Morton's, and it's fantastic.
Chains though that you
They're
can
all
find.
good.
Those are all real good, but those are chains you can find in many places, Chris. That's not just exclusive to New York.
Secondly is Hong Kong.
Hong Kong?
I love Hong Kong. Yeah, there's some absolutely fantastic food there. I've been going there for a very long time, and I've warded off the Chinese food. I said, not for me. I had this American Ashland County thing in my head, like it was all dog and cat, right? Because those are the stories you hear, but it's not. I mean, there's a lot of pork and chicken, Brandon, for you, in case you don't believe me. And then I found soup dumplings.
Oh.
Have you ever had those?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. So Jimmy Patel, myself, and our buddy Steve Handelsman, we would go to Din Tai Fung is what it's called. It's now a chain, but it was started in Taiwan. And they bring you soup dumplings in a basket of 6. And we would start with 6 baskets.
Wow.
And then we would load it up with the other stuff. My gosh, it's about the best meal you'd ever have.
Speaking of airports, Hong Kong is, I think, one of the best airports in the world.
It's unbelievable.
It's like a small city.
It is.
Really.
It is. And most people don't realize Hong Kong original airport, Kai Tak, I think it was called, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. Was in the city.
Probably are.
It was in the city. So you would come over and land in the middle of these literally skyscrapers, and the pilot would just jettison this 747 down and turn really sharp and then drop the back end and land right in the middle of the buildings. It was wild. Now the new one, Brandon, is basically built in the ocean, in the reclaimed land, and it takes about a 40-minute train ride to get to your airport or get to the hotel. There's Kaiser again, going to have another chance to make another out, and we get a slip at first base. But fortunately, Arrows are able to retire the Trojans without giving up any runs. They lead 3-0.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We head to the bottom of the third. Justin Kaiser, Tanner Wolf going to get their first look at Hall, and then we'll be back to the top of the lineup with Tyler Holt. Hall doing a good job, BW, of limiting the Arrows' men coming to the plate. Just had that one HBP with Workman, but since then it's basically 3 up, 3 down.
He does such a nice job of hitting corners and mixing up speeds, and he's kept the Arrows off balance first time through. Second time through is always a little different. So we'll see what adjustments both Hall makes and the Arrows make. Do we have a change already?
No, Kaiser was always the second baseman today.
No, but he came over, Rob Lavengood came over and said something towards their bench, so we'll see. I thought he said 31. I thought he said Franz.
Franz got a hat on.
I think Franz is going to hit for Tyler Holt. Yeah, that's what I thought I just heard. That would be in the 3 hole. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a little early for all the changes to happen here for us. Kaiser swinging at the first pitch, fouls that one off the instep of the left foot. Now behind in the count 0-1. Bob, you ever do that when you were batting?
Oof.
Drive it right down into your shin?
Probably, but I don't remember it. But
yeah. If you played this game long enough, you've done it at least once.
Right,
It
yes.
never feels good. He's got 2 benders, BW. He's got one that's kind of that slow looper there that's got a little more action on it lengthwise, but then he's got the
curveball.
sharper one, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got curveball and either a slurve or a sweeper on that slide. Yeah, slider. A nice pitch on the outside corner
Wow,
right there. That's a
that's
great
a good
spot.
pitch.
Yeah. It's an unhittable spot right there. And now with 2 strikes, you got to shorten up and find a way to put the ball
When
in
it's
play.
on the shins, you don't swing at it.
That was a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kaiser's going to have to work. There's a ball that caught way too much plate, but going to have a play at first and retired at first.
Wow.
Kaiser by his field mate out there. Gebhardt.
Take a look at the Sarver paving replay. Really nice job.
Way too much plate,
Strong arm.
Going to have a play
Like
at first
just
and
didn't waste any
retired at first.
motion at
Kaiser.
second base to Gebhardt and made that shift quickly and fired it off that back foot. Really nice job there. Good piece of hitting by Kaiser to
Yeah.
fight off a
Yeah, it's
2-strike
1-2.
pitch. And now Wolf comes up.
Franz is on deck, so he'll be coming into the ball game for Tyler Holt. Must be feeling better today, BW. I guess, wonder why he didn't start.
Food poisoning. That's what he was saying. And we won't mention where he got the food. They're not a sponsor, but we still won't mention it.
Wolf swings through that one behind in the count 0-1. I can promise you it was not the sponsor of all Aero Athletics.
Oh, I can promise you
South
it
Street
was
Grill.
not South
It was
Street
not
Grill.
there. It was not the home for delicious pies in Ashland Linway Restaurant. So, it's not one of those 2 fine Ashland establishments.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. It would have a few years ago. Third inning brought to you by Comfort Control. Now you've got all kinds of options, from tacos and tequila to,
We had subs last night.
Jersey Mike's.
No.
I love
We had
Jersey
real
Mike's.
subs.
You made them?
No.
What do you-
Dorlo.
Oh yeah, Dorlo.
They're good, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I've had a couple subs from there. It's just been a while.
Yeah, doubtful. They don't have hummus subs, BW. You're out.
You can get a veggie
first
sub
time he's
there,
done
though.
that. Wow.
Bob, do you like hummus?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Bob.
My wife and daughter love it.
Thank you so
No.
much. See,
No.
you got to get on board, Chris. You got to get on board. Bob, he's been giving me crap for like 2 years about eating hummus.
3.
3. See? I knew Bob and I were friends.
Anyway, you have hummus, a little cheese and crackers, and you sort of mix them together.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Now you're talking.
Michael Franz, soon to be named first team All OCC, steps in the box here. Didn't play yesterday, going to get a pinch hit at bat. And his first pitch swinging, slowed down through the
He's out.
Wow.
infield, and Franz retired 4-3. That'll 3 up, 3 down for the Arrows, and Hall commanding action against the Arrows.
Guys, I'm
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
The off-air conversation is undefeated.
Undefeated. That's really nice having Bob up here, wasn't it?
He's a good man.
He is a good man.
He's a good guy.
Glad he's feeling better. And thoughts out to Jan as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Arrows need to get a hit, Chris, at some point, although a new pitcher here for the Arrows is Carson Little. Little through last night as well.
Alex Gonzalez, the catcher, steps in the box.
Agon.
Hits in the 8 hole. That's $14.
That's the Sarver Paving Creek.
Home plate umpire Rob Lavengood's got plenty of pearls in the bag there to make sure we don't run afoul of baseballs.
Well, with inflation, I think it might be $9 Creek
Told you
now,
everything's
thanks to
coming
your...
down. You're not
no,
paying
it's not.
attention yet? Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Once people jack
How much
prices
are eggs?
up,
How much are eggs?
once people jack prices up,
I didn't think you wanted to answer
they're
that.
not coming back down to
How about
where they were.
gasoline? You bought gas lately?
Gasoline is independent of what's happening with tariffs.
My gosh, Zach Johnson, 7 under today.
Wow. He
That
always
is-
plays well down there.
That's golfing your ball now. Well, he's one of the best wedge players the game's ever had.
Yeah, he's not long.
Johnny Rahm, 4 under. Ben On, 3 under.
How's Victor Hovland? He tee off yet?
No, he's going late. Oh no, he's on. He just finished 1. He made par on 1. In case anybody's out there wondering, yeah, I'm talking about the Masters. That's one of my loves.
DeHinden, 64 pitches in his 3 innings.
Way to segue it right away from me, buddy.
Faced, and there's a curveball that got away from Little. And
Kerplunk.
just 7 first pitch strikes for DeHinden. So he got behind guys, and we talked about, the Whitaker-Myers key to the game for me was DeHinden throwing strikes early and being aggressive and getting after guys early, and he struggled with this field today. And so did Miles early yesterday, and some of it's the weather. There's no doubt. Once it warms up, it's going to be easier to feel, but you got to figure out a way to fight through in those
But the Hinton
situations.
delivered 10 straight balls, you'll remember, too.
Action down in the pen. Jacob Gebhardt warming up for Findlay Trojans.
Second baseman. Today's starting second baseman, I should say. Showing bunt. Don't turn your head, Trent. Keep your head in the ball.
Got to put that chin down. Bury your chin.
I always told kids and guys, you're more liable to get hit and hurt by turning your head than keeping it in the action.
It's a nice theory.
Well, it's true.
Whether it is or not, it doesn't really matter. That's what you want to say so they don't do it. But I do agree with you. It's true.
I was just going to let you keep going and burying your own hole.
I do a good job of that most of the time.
Likewise. Depends on what the topic is.
Well, Chris, we are an hour and 10 minutes in, and we've played 3 innings.
I've got plans.
So do I. I'm supposed to go sell my truck to someone potentially this afternoon. It hasn't officially sold.
Did you get more money for it? I told you it's up 10, 20%.
My brother-in-law is buying it.
Wow.
Good bunt.
Fantastic bunt. Farnsworth comes up firing. Good job. And nobody at third base.
Good sack bunt right there. And, yeah, what happens on that is you have to communicate. And so he gets the bunt down. Carson charged. And then Carson stood and watched for a minute. And then he realized, oh, crap, I got to get over to third base. And he did. He got himself there in time.
One out now for the Arrows. That'll be back to the top of the lineup. And shortstop, Blade Wint. Good fielding shortstop is this junior Wint.
Choked up way high on the bat here.
thing I like most about his game too, Brandon, he fields the ball going through the ball. And then on those double plays, he gets up to where he judges the cherry hop or the nice little pick hop where he can deliver it, stays down on it.
Single and a walk so far. I'm sorry, single and a strikeout so far for Wynn. That's laced into right.
Going to drop in front of Hickey. Hickey gets that one into Summers. We got to get Little out of the middle of the field and get him behind the catcher here, and what serves as another backup unit here to get out of the middle of the field. Obviously, that's Summers that's going to play cutoff man here and be the field general to the relay from right field, and Little backs up. Woof.
I got to stand up too, Chris. Might have to make a run down to the restroom after this inning, but I don't want you to get too screwed up with the stats here.
It'll be fine.
Will it?
Yep. I keep stats the old man way. with a pen.
It should be a pencil.
I don't make mistakes, Brandon.
This game's come to a screeching halt again here in the fourth inning. Throwing through.
Throw it through.
Nope.
No, we didn't. Looks like a dandelion he's holding there. That's a big dandelion. Look at that bat. I've never seen a yellow bat like that. I'm telling you, my batting glove game, shoe game, and bat game is just bad anymore.
Well, you're 46 years old.
6, yeah, you're right, 46. Thanks.
I'm glad that I know how old you are. You just said you never make any mistakes, except for how old you are. Infield's in.
Good point.
Tough play.
He's coming.
Going
He's
home.
coming. Nice job. Good job there by Wolf. Good job by Little. Chris getting back to second base. Finally, put it on him. Look at
Oh,
home.
my.
This was a circus.
Wow.
We'll be back down to break this one back. Jeez, oh, Pete.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop! It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Back at Archer Arrows Park, the Arrows hitless. Therefore, the Arrows scoreless. 3 runs for the Trojans, which they got in the top of the third. And I'll tell you, the Arrows were gifted a double play that was wild
we'll
there
take it.
in the last half inning. And the Trojans literally run themselves right out of an inning.
We'll take it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what they were thinking on the base paths, the Trojans, but the Arrows took advantage of it. We needed that because Carson was gotten himself into some trouble right there. Still Hall out there, but he's thrown pretty well today.
Jeff Hickey at the bat for the Arrows, struck out in his first AB in the first.
Big slow pitch there, a little slow breaker, and Hickey way out in front. So far, just 43 pitches for Hall, 29 strikes.
That's efficient. Wind could lay down anytime.
Anytime.
We'll have a Janney post-game show for you later, a proper Janney post-game show.
Looking forward to that, talking to head coach Rick Goff and our Truex printing player of the game.
Pending it being an arrow.
Pending it being an arrow.
Sweeper. Spinner pitch. Hickey staying alive, 1-2. Yeah, I guess my bat game and glove game are no good, but one game that I know that I'm really spot on with is this thing they all put on their hands. They see it on TV, and they all wear these things now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hickey now strikeout victim twice First out of the inning. Ought to bring up Grissinger for his second AB.
Sid Sud's strikeout. Soft power washing with superheated water.
Arrows need a hit.
Sure needs something.
Arrows would take a BB&C car care walk at this point.
Well done.
I'm learning from you, buddy. Busy day here on the campus of Ashland High School.
Lot going on.
Fly ball, right field, can of corn. Fleckner, under it. 3 pitches. No, 5 pitches, 2 outs.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I'm thinking about the Masters, to be honest with you. Sorry. It's the greatest week in sports. A.J. Workman going to come to the plate now.
I think we have broadcasts on Wednesday here against Dover and Friday against Huron. And it will not be
You and me.
you and me, but
It'll be you and
me and Jerry on Wednesday and you and Tim on Friday.
Tim Sway's good. Driven a mile into the gap in right center field. Fleckner. 3 up, 3 down. Come on back.
The team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, Grow, Thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Substitution for the Arrows. Jake Bryant now in to play second base for Justin Kaiser. 3-0. Findlay leads Ashland. Carson Little on to do another inning of work. Comfort control. Likewise, for the first through 7th innings, they bring you each inning of Arrow baseball here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, and we thank Joe Reap and team for their help. Not through just baseball, BW, but they join us for football and basketball as well. So big hat tip to those guys, as do many of our sponsors.
Just like Whitaker Myers as well. And I will tell you, I've already eaten my Troy dog, courtesy of Whitaker Myers. It's gone.
Pepper butter. What level of it? Was it JV or freshman?
Freshman.
Oh, wow. That's light.
Tasty, though.
Tasty.
It's very tasty. Whitaker Myers, solutions for insurance benefits and wealth management since 1869. Here in Ashland and over in Worcester.
They got an office in Worcester?
Sure do. I'll get it. Don't worry.
I bet the Ashland office is bigger.
Ryan Emmons, Bubba Harris, Chris Vanderzijden.
Any other name drops?
Got him.
Home
Great
plate
pitch
umpire
right there.
Rob Lavengood brings him up.
On the outside corner, here's the Sarver paving replay. Really nice 2-strike pitch. Across that front corner of the plate. Good work back there.
3 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Trojans, no runs on no hits, and I'm going with 1 error for the Arrows.
I've got 1.
That's what I said.
If you're scoring the game at home,
I love it when people say that. There's no one that scores at home.
Olbermann used to say if you're scoring at home or if you're alone.
I've tuned him out long ago. We don't agree on much.
He's kind of a crazy person.
Yeah, that's one way to say it.
What's the count? Because
1-0.
I don't know what happened here.
2-0? It's 2-0. I missed the first pitch. Two lefties getting loose in the pen for the Trojans. Little spikes that 58-footer. 3-0. Reese Stillings, 1 for 1 on the day. Walked and singled. It's going to give him credit for a run, but the first 3 men to the plate in the top of the first all scored. Went, Fleichner, and Eckelberry for the Trojans.
Good get-me over fastball right there from Little on 3-0. Come right back at him. You got to challenge him. You're down 3-0. Can't put guys on. Overthrow. Front side flying out.
BB&C Car Care walk issued to Stillings. That'll bring up Chase Harris. 0 for 2 on the day. Couple ground outs to the second baseman, Kaiser.
Anytime guys start to overthrow, that front side flies out, usually like that, and that's what happens. You try to do too much. Trust your stuff.
Young man. I will say, I appreciate Rob Blavengood's strike call. There's no guessing. I love that when an umpire takes authority in charge and you know what the pitch is.
Yep. Yeah, he definitely is a good communicator as an umpire, and that's a huge part of being an official in any sport. Because those guys are going to always make mistakes. Like, that's just the nature of being a judge, right? And being an official, being a referee. But, one of the rules, one of the things they teach you early is sell it. Make your call, sell it, and even if you're wrong, you're going to get less grief from people. It looks like Luke Krates is warming up in the pen, left-hander, playing center field today.
Pull it back up the middle. We got to go 2. Gris at 1, and Gris gets it out of the glove.
Yes,
Got
sir.
him. Double play. Unconventional. 1-6-3 twin killing. Just what the doctor ordered and the arrows needed. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Back here at Archer Arrows Park, bottom of the 5th, and the Arrows coming to the plate. Trent Summers going to be the first man up. Scheduled hitter-wise, Nick Mangus, followed by Miles Farnsworth. And BW,
yes, sir.
we need a hit. We need a hit.
We got 0 so far. Hull has been magnificent through 4 innings, 48 pitches. 4 strikeouts, no walks.
He's done a great job.
We have 1 hit by pitch. And
the lone base runner.
without A.J. Workman taking one just barely grazing off the pant leg.
We'd have a perfecto.
Yeah.
But we got a no-no. Swing and a miss. Summers waves at that one. 0-2. Mangus is on deck. We expect to see him. Oh my. Send it's here. He's the captain of Team Send It.
Send it in, Jerome.
Might as well put him on. This will get a lot of Facebook love.
Oh, boy.
Aiden Chandler joins us. Hey, AC.
How's it going?
Welcome to the booth, my friend.
Just got done with a middle school track meet over there.
Pre-dental broadcast booth.
Notice anything about the scoreboard?
Oh, I watched the first inning.
Well, we're in the 5th now. You notice anything about the board?
Oh, we're getting no hit.
That's right.
That's very observational. Did you learn that at Ohio Northern?
I did. I learned that in my baseball and American culture class that I'm taking this semester.
That sounds
Is that
awesome.
true?
It is.
Oh, that's fun.
We just, literally, the other day we just talked about Jackie Robinson for a whole class.
Wow. He was a good player. Very underrated player.
Never heard of him.
I'm not surprised.
I took 2 history of baseball classes with a member of SABR, a high-ranking member of SABR, who was the head of the history department at Ohio University when I was there. That's a public university, unlike where Mr. Chandler goes to school.
A little cheaper that way.
That's just for Bowery.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what a
my
nice
play by Eckelberger. Gee, many Christmas.
Oh, let's see that on a
Fabulous.
replay. Great job down there by Eckelberger in third.
Just for Bowery.
That ball was
Uh-oh.
one high. to the
nice
awkward
play.
play. Stayed down on it. Nice job there.
Let's see that.
Fires across the diamond.
You need one, I can't do the pepper.
And the Arrows are in trouble.
Arrows are in trouble. Miles Farnsworth going to get his next at bat, which would be his second at bat in the 5th. Crazy how this is going. AC, this young man's faced just one over the minimum so far.
Oh, wow.
Got an HBP victim. That's the lone base runner for the Arrows.
That's impressive. I expected a little more carnage over there at third base on that ball hit.
Yeah, that was a really nice play.
And what would you be referencing there?
A little Bud Plankop.
Put some money into that corridor over there, that Bermuda Triangle at third base, and gotten that flattened out over the last couple of years.
Did you get that phrase trademarked yet?
Which one?
Bud Plankop?
No, I got Book It. It's already been stolen from me. BW's 3-point call is yes, sir. That's been stolen locally as well. So,
Look, people steal the best things. It's a form of flattery. But I will say, if you look at the rest of that quote, and I'll give it to you here in a second.
Chad GPT me.
No.
That's a college student's favorite website right there, ChatGPT.
It's an app, man.
It's amazing. Just submit a photo of something, analyze it, give you the answer.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
I've never
It's
done
amazing.
So,
Go ahead.
are you sure?
Sure.
I mean,
We're just talking about nothing here. Not much to.
So the full quote by Oscar Wilde, which I found fascinating, is that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness.
It's a good one.
Yeah, people often leave out the rest of that quote. Those of us who've taught English also understand that it's not just imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but it's that mediocrity is copying greatness.
Arrows now 2 over the minimum as Farnsworth draws a full count walk with 2 outs. Jake Bryant going to get his first hack of the day as he has recently replaced Justin Kaiser after 1 at bat here in the 5th.
Just the second base runner for the Arrows. AC, you going to eat that hot dog with the pepper butter that he gave you?
It's not hot.
That's not
It's
that
good.
bad.
Cold dog.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
no, it's still hot.
Summers
it just
just
came
brought
up.
him up.
That's board member Greg Summers. Mr. Summers to you.
This guy's brother's having a pretty good freshman year at Ohio. It's Luke Bryant.
If I'm Hull, I'm not worried about that runner with 2 outs, the 8-hitter up who's a pinch hitter, and you're up 3-0.
And you face 2 over the minimum.
Gonna be a tough play. That's going to be a hit.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's
It's an
there you go.
infield
single.
hit.
Infield single again. Great play by Eckleberry over there, and just could not quite get him. Good job by Bryant putting it in play. Good things happen when you put the ball in play.
I'll tell you, it was a good job getting out of the box in a hurry. It was just in no man's land, and Eckleberry did all he could. But I'll tell you what, man. Kid made another dynamite play. This left side of the infield for the Trojans really good. We've got a Linway Restaurant mound visit that I'm thinking is going to lead to a pitching change.
I think
now
so.
that the no-hitters
Yeah, he gave up a hit, and he's only at 61 pitches. But I think they've got league games this week to think about, right? And Hall has given them 4 2/3, and so he's having a conversation. He might be leaving him in, actually.
I know you guys probably talk about it a lot, but this ballpark, this is the first time I've sat here in this seat. That's just amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
A little different than when you were here as a player.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, that happened at the academy too. After I left,
You were jealous. Who do you think was more jealous? Like after he left, it all started happening. Nice job. Yeah. Got to pay it forward, son.
I could use a Goldberry coffee right now.
I could use a Goldberry Yeti.
If anybody wants to swing through Goldberry and bring me a hot coffee, that was outside.
I want a Goldberry Yeti.
Well,
I collect Yetis.
I know. We've continued to, and golf shirts.
I just got 2 the other day. 2 new ones.
You can only wear one at a time, right?
I got about 93 of them.
I might have a Masters polo on the way. From Augusta.
Look at that.
Who went?
Look at that name drop.
Tom Harvey.
Oh, he played well, man.
He did.
Putted great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you see ZJ is 7 under
Really?
through 15 with a bogey? I don't know where he's at now. I'm not a big Zach. I'll never be a that big Zach Johnson fan again.
Big chance for the Arrows with Wolf up and 2 on. Fouls it off.
But
This is the best opportunity the Arrows have had all game. And I think Coach came out and said, look, we're going to give you one more guy. It's the 9-hitter. And Franz is on deck. You're flipping the order around. This is probably potentially the last hitter for Hull. Or he just came out to settle him down and say, hey, it's okay. You gave up a hit. No worries.
You asked about Hovland, BW. He's 1 under now to 5 under for the tournament.
2-strike pitch. Pops him up. We'll see if Eckleberry has a play on it over near the Arrows dugout and gives chase, but nothing doing out of play and out of camera.
That was strategic. That was completely strategic where that dugout was pinned off to be built. Normally that would have been in the field play.
Yeah. Once we moved everything up, it really did get rid of some of the foul territory. We had a ridiculous amount of foul territory for such a long time.
Coliseum.
And it really did hurt people's batting averages. I mean, there's no doubt. It helped with maybe some stolen base numbers that might have been a little inflated because of how far back it was, but it didn't help anybody's batting average.
Yeah, that backstop's shorter.
Oh,
I realized.
Shorter?
Yeah.
It was 63 feet.
Yeah.
It's now a smooth 27, I think.
Still 2 strikes on Wolf.
0-2. Farnsworth with a monumental secondary there at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. AC, you were a baseball player here for head coach Rick Goff. What was your most memorable win?
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. You'll be back. Tanner Wolf down on strikes. But the Arrows get a hit. Come on back.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Back here at Bud Plank Field, Archer Arrows Park, I'm Chris Mallory, joined as always by Brandon Wells and special guest,
There he is.
Wickham and Hess, 5th and 6th inning guest, Aiden Chandler joins us. We're going to get some love on Facebook today, BW.
I think you're talking about DC.
DC's going to chop up Aiden, especially when I ask him this question, because Dan Chandler's going to be very interested in this. AC, what's your most memorable moment experience when you played baseball for head coach Rick Goff here at Ashland High School?
Most memorable, actually. Not my proudest moment here, but we were playing at Worcester my senior year, and I was starting at first base, and Mr. Bowen, Blake Bowen, that was, now at the University of Kentucky.
Negative. Akron.
Akron transferred. Okay,
Sorry.
transfer portal. I don't really keep tabs on Worcester guys.
I don't either.
Anyway,
Well done.
Mr. Bowen hit a ball off the bat over to me at first base and took a step to my left and was already in the grass. And I get back into the dugout and I go up to Mr. Action, Jack Swaysgood. Go, man, Jack, I really could have got in front of that ball. Because AC, if you got in front of that ball, you'd be in the ER right now. That was the hardest hit ball. And then he proceeds to hit like a 3-run home run a few innings later.
I think one of the hardest balls I've ever seen hit was by him here. Felt like it never left. Wasn't that him that hit that?
Well,
or was that the kid? The other?
It was AU. It was Connor Doherty from
that's what I
Mount
was
Vernon
thinking.
who hit the home run
It
to
was
left
Doherty.
center field into the wind, Aiden.
Yes.
Into the wind.
Yeah.
Left center field went yard.
It was
He's playing for
Doherty.
Shalley now.
Yeah.
But my best Bowen story, I saw head coach Rick Goff, and we played against him, Aiden, you know this. He played for the Gloves in Worcester and then played for Ohio Elite and some other teams, and we'd play them in the summer. And we'd been playing against Bowen forever. And I told Rick, I said, look, man, this kid can play. He's really, really good. And he's like, oh, okay. And I said, no, I'm really serious. Like, put him on base. Don't pitch to him. And he's like, okay. 4 for 4, knocked the fence over 3 times and had 7 RBIs.
Was that Cam's senior year?
Yeah, no, junior year.
Oh, junior year?
Yeah, it was at AU.
Oh, that's right. I remember
Caleb
that.
Cox said he ain't going to Vanderbilt. He's only going to Kentucky.
There's some things I want to say about our game at Worcester my senior year, but I'll save that for off the air.
Worcester. Good program, man. They've got it going there for a lot of years. And we had them down this week 3-0, and then they reeled off 10.
We had a really good effort against them my junior year at Worcester. I remember Chase Hunt made an incredible diving
That
over
was
the
your
shoulder.
sophomore year. That was your junior
That
year.
was my junior
Sorry,
year.
you're
Camden
right.
sophomore year.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I thought you never made mistakes, Maury.
$28. That was the play that was literally Sports Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on SC Top 10.
That's
diving. He's running back, probably covered
Wow.
20,
It was unbelievable.
10, 15 yards,
It was
dove.
crazy. Like he
Got the ball.
literally turned and sprint behind his back to the pitcher, and then just dove for like I'm out of room. I can't run anymore. Dove and the ball ends up in his glove. It was unbelievable.
I think that was also the game that Ethan Truax probably made the most insane play over at third base, diving down the line, got up, hucked it over to me at first base. That was a good game. We lost, but we lost a lot to Worcester.
We got a Ethan Truax whooper reference on the air today, and it wasn't delivered by me.
SOVOTF.
Do you know who we're in the presence of right now?
Voice of the TY
VOTT.
Tigers.
VOTT.
VOTT's on there. VSBN's best.
A lot of my friends at school call me the JDT, but that's the Jason Day tracker.
He had a good day 1.
He's having a good day 3.
Good.
First bogey of the tournament came on the 36th hole yesterday.
Yeah, it's easy to bogey 18 at Augusta. That's a big boy hole.
Scotty see Scotty sit down in the woods yesterday.
Yeah, what was that all about?
Take a little break.
He's doing some yoga.
Jose Le Ballester taking a waz in Rays Creek.
I saw Sergio do that at TPC.
He had a written apology to the board of Augusta National.
He won't be back.
Well, his own merits allow him
That's
back.
true. That's
He'll be
true.
back. They let Cabrera back.
Yeah, that guy shouldn't be. Yep.
It's pretty sad to see Freddie Couples and Bernard Langer miss the cut yesterday.
Yeah, Freddie, man, he had
Bernard
it going.
Longa.
You know, he can't pronounce certain words and roll certain syllables correctly. Bernhard Longer, because his face won't allow him to.
2-2 pitch. Fouled off.
$35 out of the board budget. $7 Creek. You know that, AC? That's $7
Yeah.
Creek? Yeah. Wells tells me it's like 8 or 9 now because of inflation, but I've told him that inflation's coming down. He doesn't believe me.
It's expensive regardless. Whatever. Anytime a ball heads
Let's
that way.
be honest, right? It's tomato, but it's a lot of money.
Potato.
Let's
It's the best
call-
restaurant in all of Ada, Ohio, AC. Subway?
That's wild. Subway's pretty good though. We got this. It's this sports pub type place. It's called Tavern.
Yeah.
How creative.
They've got some really good food. Yeah.
What's it
creative.
called? Bar.
Bar Louie.
They do have a brewery coming to Ada, opening here at the end of the month.
Let me know. Go tell them that Low E needs to come play. You can sing with us. We'll throw AC into the mix.
Rare vintage.
Get us a gig.
He's got an opportunity.
I know.
Tell him you want half the cut.
half.
Swing and a miss.
I don't even take half the cut, and I do all the managing. I do all the work.
Yeah, that's not a fun position.
No, it's not.
You're the guy in charge.
No, it's not. It kind of ruins a little bit of it.
I like just showing up when I need to.
It sounds pretty awesome. Rare vintage playing
You
anywhere
have
this
any of
spring
those
this summer?
jobs where you just show up?
No, I never will. Let's
don't
be
either.
honest.
We're playing at the Brickyard.
So are we.
Their final Friday event.
Yeah. I saw that in May, right?
May
You guys are
30th,
opening-
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Or
That'll
you're
be
the
fun.
second act in.
I think so. Yeah.
That's cool.
We did a first Friday there last year, kind of get our foot in the door.
Yeah.
And we're also playing at Balloon Fest on Friday.
Oh, that's cool.
That'll be fun. Should be a big group.
It's gonna
Right
be
in
a
the
tough
5-6
play.
hold. No, Gris gonna bobble that one. That'll be an error for the Arrows, and we'll have runners at the corners with 2 outs.
And Little can still get out of this with no damage, thankfully, but that does turn the lineup over. And Blade Went comes up with runners on the corners. Tough play. I'm not sure we would have had a play there. It would have been tough because of the grass slowing that one down.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Hey, at the end of
Alex
the day,
maybe peaked or maybe a little bit. I'm not sure.
you got 2 outs here and an opportunity to get out of it with no damage. Keep it a 3-0 game.
They're going to run it first.
They should run it first.
Summers was not holding him on. Now kind of shuffles in front. Now he's going to go over.
That's a hit. That's 4-0. Runner's going to go from first to third, hit the cutoff. Positions traded, first to third now after that single by Went. Really good shortstop, AC. You might see him make a couple really great plays, and that'll bring up 2-hole hitter Jackson Fleckner. He's made several good plays so far today, has this shortstop at first base.
Finley's a well-coached team, man.
They are.
They always
Very
have.
good.
They are always towards the top of the district rankings.
Yep. Not to be a district we worry about anymore.
True.
Redistricted.
That's true.
It's good to see there's some others redistricting too.
Today was sponsor day, right?
It is.
It is sponsor day.
Yeah. It's always freezing cold on sponsor day.
Never nice on sponsor day. We have 10 first pitches. How many first pitches today?
No, we didn't have a
We
single
didn't have-
one.
Not
Didn't have
one.
a first pitch.
Can't believe we didn't have one, but we didn't.
We're
4-0.
lucky we have an announcer up here today. Heath Grissinger filling in, doing a fantastic job.
Ashland High School guidance counselor.
It's the Howie Chiswick of the day.
GCH, guidance counselor Heath.
Used to be my homeroom teacher, freshman
Really?
year of high school. Gris was.
Wow.
Did you call him Gris?
We did.
Mr. Gris or just
People called
Gris?
me
Just
Wells
Gris.
when I was a coach. When I was a teacher, I got called Wells.
Are you golfing tomorrow?
I am, yes, playing at Worcester.
That's Wooster.
It's Worcester.
Wooster.
I think I've corrected.
Hooster
It's Hooster.
is according to
be
Maury.
honest.
Hooster.
Hooster.
I'm excited, though, to go.
Oh!
Oh, that was a nice pitch.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
I'm excited to go back to Worcester Country Club.
That's a nice track. I played
Place
there
we
a few
played
times.
a lot in high school. It's a weird course.
It is a weird course.
The back nine, obviously, I've been telling a lot of my teammates it's a position. The back nine's all about where you're at.
Yeah.
Don't really have to hit the ball super far on the back nine. You just got to hit it straight. Put yourself into position.
Gonna have a mound visit here by assistant coach Dew. Gonna head out there and talk to Carson Little. We'll keep it right here. Yeah, the front nine at Worcester, you could just flat out rear back and hit it as far as you can and go find it. And if you try to do that on the back side at Worcester, I promise you'll shoot 45 or over because it is.
You know, for some people, 45 is good. Not me, but for some people out there. The vast majority of people, you realize the vast majority of people don't even break 100, right? And then the percentage of folks that break 90 and then 80 is
I think I went through
wild.
this yesterday.
On the air?
Yeah, with Renee. About
well-
correcting the little things. You took the big step to break 90, and now to break 70s really, or break 80s really tough. Those are the fine, minute details it's going to take.
Oh, yeah, you did. Now I remember.
Yeah, okay, just checking.
Too many concussions, Chris. My memory's shot.
Listen, that's what I'm here for. Base is full of Trojans. I'd be running throw a dart right here. That's where we'd pick off the guy at first base.
Said he did not go, and it was a little down.
Watch this lead at first base.
It's not you're not
Watch
going
after
anywhere.
he comes set. He gets more, he dances around. Pick him off. 1-1, 2 outs. Huge batter here for the Arrows if they want to have a chance in this ballgame.
Rob is umpire has consistently called the outside strike
Sure.
for both,
He
both,
always
both
has.
sides. Yep,
He
he
always
likes
has.
that outside zone, so you got to go at it. Nice breaking ball
Nice
from Little.
pitch.
That's the best breaking ball he's thrown today. He didn't have to slow his arm down. He stayed within himself and just, trusted it. Again, it's always about trust.
2-day event, AC?
It is, yes. Sunday, Monday. It's my 4th straight Monday missed of class, actually.
That's a shame. Good job by Wolf.
Well,
back
BW
there.
for you, or it would have been me, but I didn't go. Mondays would have been great to miss. Tuesdays even better. Wednesdays even better than that, etc. You get the point. But when you go to school for a reason and they want to have higher education and get into the second college, when they miss school, I have one like this. It matters to them.
Got it.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Carson Little gets out of a massive, massive pickle. Come on back. We got AC with us.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right, on time. With free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We have movement at Augusta National, folks.
The spoiler alert.
Rory
Spoiler alert.
McIlroy has birdied an eagle the first 2 holes of the day to take a one-shot lead over Bryson DeChambeau, who's 1 under on the day at 8 under. Justin Rose plays his first hole in even par, followed by Corey Connors, 1 under through 2. Jason Day, 2 under through 5. Victor, 2 under through 4 in the round of the day so far in the course is a 66 from Zach Johnson.
Past
How about
champ.
that?
Past
My
champ.
audition for the 16th tower at Augusta National didn't go very far because I didn't fill it out.
Well, yeah, they're looking. I mean,
No,
Vern,
it's been confirmed.
really.
Yeah. It's not me. It's Frank Novelo.
They should get David Faraday back.
He won't do it. It's too not enough money, man.
Oh, I know. What?
Outside
He likes
corner.
the outside corner. He's consistent. Brandon's
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
He's been consistent for 4 years because I
just-
yelled
you
about
got-
it forever.
Umpires have scouting reports too. I mean, you got to know them. That was a little too
What were the
outside.
scouting reports like here, AC? I've never asked.
1-1 pitch coming. Franz, second at bat today.
Go over the ideas of, attacking the pitcher and whatnot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, Hull is working that outside corner here against Franz, and I think might go back out there a little bit again. 1-2. He's been away, away, away. There it is. Smart pitch.
Also good pitcher.
He's tough. He's at 69 pitches.
He's not a thrower. He's a pitcher.
There you go.
Jeff Hickey. 69 pitches, 47 of which for strikes. That is useful. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Trojans. A donut on 1 hit for the Arrows today.
Bottom of the 6th brought to you by Comfort Control. For all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs, residential, commercial, whatever you need, they got you covered. Comfort Control.
Before that pitch there, 68% of his pitches have been strikes. Pretty impressive.
Did you just do that math in your head?
I did.
Pretty handy. Taken all the way on 1-0. Belt high fastball. 1-1.
I hear you.
It's right down Broadway.
Taking on 1-1 now, 1-2.
Now you're in trouble.
Now you're guessing, buddy, if you're up there. At least that's what I would have been doing.
I'd go further outside again on that outside corner.
Yeah, I don't disagree, and he did
He-
just
yeah.
that, but he spiked it.
Yeah, he tried to throw a slider, and he just spiked it down. But he was going slider away. Like,
How's your bracket looking, AC?
Bracket. March Madness?
Your pool.
Oh,
You failed.
3 guys missed the cut.
It's a bad deal.
But I think all the amateurs missed the cut, so that one really doesn't hurt too much.
Little
Tough play.
flare to left side, and Eckelberry going to come up and throw a howitzer over there to retire Hickey. 5-3 for the second out of the inning. I'll bring it up, Chris.
Eckelberry does have a rocket over
Yep.
there, doesn't he? He's
Yep.
made some really nice plays. He's made hard plays look easy.
Well, that's what I was saying on Brian's hit. It wasn't that Brian hit it or he was getting out of the box or he wasn't the fast guy. None of that. It's just the athlete that Eckelberry is and the howitzer that he has. I expected to make that play because we've seen him throw a couple over there from deep in the hole that have just been on a rope.
The grass just killed it.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, what a
pitch.
great bender
That
right
buckled
there.
him.
That was a beautiful. And, you know, you're the 3 hitter, so sometimes you're going to expect that, right? You're going to get a lot of junk. People are going to work you backwards all the time. There's another
There's
one.
again.
Yeah. I'd throw it again. Go outside. Throw it again. Just go move it away. Almost into the box. He's working quick. There was. That was a slider, a little tighter one on that. He overthrew it instead of trusting it and going on that outside corner, but trying to get him to chase. Going fastball up. He left it down, and Gris missed it, but fouled it off with 2 strikes. But he tried to climb the ladder, and that caught a lot of the plate right there. But when you go slow, and then that heat that looks so much faster, right? That's what happens.
I'm staying down and away if it's me.
I think he's going to come back with a breaking ball away.
I'm going fastball.
Where?
Breaking ball low
Inside.
and away. There it is.
Oh.
He just couldn't get on top of it,
Guess
and it flattened out because he was trying to throw that breaking ball low and away.
AC, when you have a guy in the meat of the order, right? Alex hits in a 3-hole, and he's down in the count 2 strikes. I'm going down and away, banking on him not going into a pitch and driving it the other way, that he'll pull off of it like a lot of those guys in that position do. Not saying Gris does, or he would, but oftentimes they hit it off the back cap, and it's a little chopper to the right side.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, he's out by
Full
12
count.
steps.
He doesn't want to walk in with 2 outs.
No,
but
gosh, no.
I still would maybe throw a curveball here.
I would throw a fastball, challenge him.
Got him.
Arrows down in order. Come on back.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
The team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We're back at Archer Arrows Park, and we are headed to, what inning is it? The
Top of the
seventh.
seventh.
Top of 7.
Brought to you by Comfort Control.
Alex Grissinger on the bump for the, I almost did it, but I caught myself. I was going to say the Eagles. For the Arrows. Isaac Abel at shortstop, Hickey right field, and Hans and Franz back in center field. Arrows trail 4-0. Arrows have mustered up one hit, an infield single off the bat of Jake Bryant.
And that's going to be our Bo Lacey play of the game, Chris. Brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust done right on time. Jake Bryant's infield single broke up the no-hitter, so that's what we're going with today. There's not a lot of great options, so we'll go with that one. Thanks to Bo Lacey. Here we are, top of the 7th.
So we had the VOTF, the voice of the Falcons. That's Zach Truax. He's legendary when it comes to Hillsdale football. And now we have VOTT, voice of the Tigers.
AC.
AC.
There he
Mr.
is.
Send it. You were right there on TV when you were putting the big chest out. Yeah, John, in the booth.
I'm looking forward to the Lobo this year.
Oh, boy.
Obviously,
We got second place last year.
we're gonna have to do some creativity in finding our fourth.
Somebody got to play good.
Somebody that's probably less than a 5.
Oh, yeah, it's not me.
Um,
I'm sorry.
but I got some things in store.
But do you play with a handicap?
We are this year.
So then you should want me.
Batting number 2, Jack
That's why we have Chris.
I'm the anchor
Chris-
when it comes
Chris-
to.
Chris
yeah,
made some clutch pars last year.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I mean, Camden made a hole-in-one.
I haven't swung.
That was
Love
pretty
this
sweet.
year.
Yeah, our team is pretty dangerous. AC plays, I play off of 15. AC plays off of 7.
I'm around
Sabo,
the 15 as well. That's
Sabo
12 to
played off
15.
of 0, and Camden played off of 1.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
a 1.
Sabo won't be playing off a 0 this year, but
Got him.
So, yeah. Sabo had a 77 yesterday, round 1.
yeah, tough back 9.
Now batting
And I
number
think he
4,
had
Jacob Gephardt.
one under in his second.
Yep, 71.
What course?
Columbus Country Club.
Yeah.
Never played there.
Yeah.
I'll be heading down next week for the Kepler. That's
I don't think much about
Scarlet.
Columbus Country Club.
A little bit of a situation here for the Arrows. Down
Been that
4.
way the whole time.
Good bunt. Gets it down.
Oh
It's
my
there.
gosh.
He's safe.
You gotta
Oh.
be kidding me.
He never touched the bag.
He never touched the bag.
I'm waiting to see if they appeal because field ump called him out, but Jake Bryant's
Why are
foot
we
was
not
not
covering
on
the
the plate.
base?
His foot was never on the base.
Never on the
guys.
bag. Why are we not on?
So we'll see. Well, we didn't get in position. We'll take it as the Arrows, but if he appeals down to the home plate, he's going to
safe.
tell him.
He's safe. Rod
Yeah,
knows he's going to tell him.
Yeah, he's going to tell him he didn't have his foot on there.
Well, and he can't. I mean, he can't see that. from
We
over there.
have struggled against with bunt coverage this year of covering first base.
It's unbelievable.
And so it's something we definitely got to get it better at, guys. They're going to call him safe. Yeah, that's the right call, guys. It's a sack bunt and an error is basically how that goes down ruling. So it is a sack bunt because you don't want to give him, a negative at bat, but that's going to be an error on the arrows.
Yeah, I don't know how you can argue that one.
You can't. I mean, you can't. Here's Long and Necker with the bases loaded. You got to bring the infield in. You're down 4-0. Thank you.
Sabo's got a solid round going. 3 under for the round through 11. They're 1 shot back of that team up north.
Rory's got it to 10.
Bases loaded. 1-1 count.
He just made birdie on 3s, 4 under through 3.
They'll find a way to choke.
I'll bet you credits on that.
Fair ball. Oh, foul
Just
just
missed
at the
it.
last second. That
Good
went
call, Rob.
foul. Tried to turn on that one down and in. Now 1-2. No outs, actually. I'm sorry. No outs on the
One of
board.
our 9 listeners was the superintendent, BW.
I appreciate that.
I do too. I just wonder what level of interest he caught us at.
Baseball's a game of ebb and flow. And
On the broadcast as well.
it is. I mean, that's pretty natural, actually, with baseball.
You ever done baseball?
No, this is my first
This
baseball game.
it's the greatest. I mean, football's the best by
Yeah.
far, but baseball's a blast. You need to have a conversation and call some game. It's really a lot of fun.
Who we got in the conference this week?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Dover.
Dover. Conference preview.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, home and home this year, which is really smart to do, right? You're doing a Monday or a Wednesday.
So you can
Tuesday,
get used
Wednesday.
to driving 80 minutes.
Yeah. Wells gets behind. Every time we go out there that way, Wells leaves at the worst possible time known to man, and we get behind at Buggies on 250.
It's my fault.
Like if we left 3 minutes earlier or 12 minutes later, we'd be perfect.
I'm an Amish
Number 8,
magnet.
Alex Gonzalez.
It's true.
You guys are catching rush hour there on your way.
Called that a hit?
Catching something. No, they don't know what they're doing.
It's a sack bunt and an error is how that should be ruled. Yeah, they're wrong. I don't.
Whatever.
But it doesn't matter.
Look, we've mustered 1 hit, guidance counselor Keith, and it doesn't matter after that. And
Scoreboard guy get yelled at in the game for not doing it right. So.
we'll try announcing a game for a year.
Oh, Rory chipped in on 2. That's how he made eagle.
Did he?
Yep.
Infield's in. Got to cut it off at the plate.
Not a big fan of where the home or the base umpire is, right there in front of Abel off to his right side. That seems a bit of a danger zone, standing a little out of position.
It's a tough spot though for him.
Get behind the pitcher.
Then you're in the batter's eye.
I'm here for the arrows, Brandon.
I'm telling you, as a formerly certified umpire, why he's not there. So.
Spinner pitch inside. Now 2-1. 5-0 lead for the Trojans. 5 runs on 5 hits and 3 arrow errors have helped lead to some of those runs. Arrow stymied to 1 infield single off the bat of Jake Bryant.
Yeah, we had 2 on and 2 outs, down 3-0. Yeah, you got to fire a strike here. Just put it on a tee. 3-1.
Nobody out.
Yeah, you got to go at it.
Got a pitcher who hasn't done anything.
Nice pitch right there. A lot of movement on the inside. Full count. Three-two pitch coming.
Boy, we need one right here, BW, in the worst way.
Got him. Outside
Backwards K.
corner. And 1 down. Big strikeout for Gris. And that's a Sid Suds strikeout.
9-hole hitter Luke Crates comes to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day with a sac bunt. And the 4th, left-handed hitter.
Only thing lacking in this press box, It's a bathroom.
Well,
If I win the Powerball, I'll see what I can do, Chris.
I explored that when we were doing this.
I remember why we didn't do it. Mm-hmm. There's good reason. Code and all kinds of things.
I wasn't going to give the real reason, but I was just going to make something up, but that is the real reason.
Oh, I said code and all kinds of reasons.
And that wasn't a code red.
You're darn right.
You guys don't think I know movies. I just play dumb. Uh-oh. That's out of play. Fortunately, when it came off this left side, I thought, man, there's no man's land over there.
It made good sound on it, right?
Sounded hollow. Oh, AC's back.
Never left.
Well, you took the hat off.
You're having a private conversation is
I
the
did.
style of Lyle Lovett over there. But
You meaning it was a privately loud one?
no, I mean that's a song by Lyle Lovett to which I was referring.
Oh, nice
Uh-oh.
pitch there.
No man's
Big
land.
Jam
Really?
job. Throw to third. Throw to third. Throw to third.
Out there.
You don't have to tag him. That was a force, guys.
That run scores.
No, he wasn't in yet.
He did,
The run scores.
He
yeah,
wasn't in yet.
but he's
They
got
him
to.
out at third
he's gotta
before the
tag
run
it.
scored.
Whatever.
He's out by
We're going to break,
force and
boys.
he's out by tag. It's 6-0.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
The Arrows need a back nine or bottom of the seventh like Rory McIlroy had in round 2 yesterday and fires a 31 coming home to get to 600 par on his round yesterday, AC. And boys caught fire today, 400 through 3 holes in Augusta National. Arrows going to need their own magic.
Yeah, I mean,
Down 6 here, so we head to the bottom of the 7th.
in these sort of games, I mean, especially when you go down 3 there in that first inning, you don't have any hits till the 5th inning. You're just counting the outs that you have left, and unfortunately, 3 left here for the Arrows. 6 runs to get. It'll be tough.
That's saying it kindly.
Yeah.
But it's never out. It's never over.
I'm an optimist, Brandon.
Yeah, well, I'm a realist. My wife would call me a pessimist. I always say I'm a realist. But look, that's why you play all the outs and you ride your best lineup as long as you can. Boom.
A.J. Workman, cleanup hitter for the Arrows, going to step in his 3rd AB of the day. 0 for 1, a fly out to right field. And for the longest time, AC, he was the lone guy who broke up the perfect game. HBP lead off the 2nd. Hall had faced 1 over the minimum through 4 innings of play. Big swing, big pitch, strike 1.
Gas. Bringing in the gas.
Here we go. See it? If you can hit it.
Nice slider right there. 0-2.
It's Landon Eckelberry, the third baseman, who we were talking about the Rocket.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I mean, I'm heavily concussed at times, but not enough to not realize that. Spiked that one.
You know, up here, AC, for your first baseball game, When there's one of them that come off the bat at about a velo of about 96 right at your melon,
A little terrifying.
I've learned that it's not going to hit me, so I don't move. But
Yeah.
you should have seen VOTF yesterday. You thought he about pulled a hamstring trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, it happened to Gunder last week.
Well, there's a lot of things that could hurt Gunder, let's be honest.
I don't know. I think that guy, it might be like kind of bulletproof.
Seventh inning brought to you by Comfort Control, heating, cooling, plumbing, all those that you need, residential or commercial. Give Joe Reap and company a call.
Trent Summers in there looking at a bender, and he got out of the way.
Let's take a look at that one because that was a beautiful pitch. Although Heckleberry's working so quick, I don't know if we're going to have time to see it.
Turn into it, Trent. Trent Summers in there looking at
And
0-2.
this Findlay squad's good.
You know, that I will say this. I agree. They're a good club, well coached, disciplined. You never really know, right, when we see them, because on Saturdays or Fridays we're seeing,
Well,
not their ones, but you can tell.
you can tell that this squad's really good. Heckleberry's one of their top pitchers, coming in and just finish this one and put it away, right? And that's what you do on a Saturday. You're up 6-0, and
Time to start the
you
bus.
say, hey, you got 15 pitches, right? I'm coming in. This is like a bullpen for you. You're going to come in and throw some cheddar.
Havarti. Some Havarti.
Very good.
What's your favorite cheese, AC?
Pepper jack.
Attaboy. Love me some pepper jack. Mangus, even in the count 1-1, swings through that one, foul tip. How's the dining hall in you?
It's pretty solid. I'm not on a meal plan this semester, so
Was that a mistake?
I'm cooking my own food.
Down to one pitch here.
How
Arrows
dare you cut us off? We're talking about.
down to their last strike, and there it is.
That's a 3-up, 3-down. Eckleberry strikes out the side. Looks like Jose Mesa Clase from years ago, and the Arrows fall to the Trojans 6-0. We'll be right back on the J&E postgame show.
Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region, with a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
At Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection, we're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code or visit BoLaceyConstruction.com for more. The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, Grow, Thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
The team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Arrows fall to the Trojans 6-0. Arrows muster up just one hit and one man in scoring position, BW. We'll have head coach Rick Goff join us here momentarily. They just broke down the huddle. And tough one here today from the ball yard.
You're not going to win many games with one hit and 3 errors. And good pitching on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do tip your hat as part of that. But you got to find a way to put the ball in play more. Too many strikeouts today. And we got behind early. And Dehinden struggled to throw strikes early in the count because he's got great stuff, and he just has to continue to work on getting his stuff and working on his control. And we'll work on it. We'll keep getting better, hopefully. Here, you're watching the Arrows post-game show, courtesy of Janny.com. Janny.com. We're efforting here. I think, we talked about our play of the game built by Bo Lacey Construction, experience you can trust, done right on time. And the play of the game, Chris, that was the only hit of the game for the Arrows. It was Jake Bryant, ground ball on the infield. And, thankfully for the Arrows, we didn't get no hit because nobody likes that to happen, right? Because you feel that one. But right now you can tell, even just watching out there, guys are down after this one.
We had 3 men on base. We had the HBP in the second to Workman. We had a base on balls issued to Farnsworth, and then we had an infield single by Jake Bryant, and 1 man to second base, and then 3 up, 3 down in the 6th and the 7th, and that's how it ends. And, I think you must be required to tip your cap to Cole Hall, today's winning pitcher presented by Sarver Paving from Findlay. He was effective.
And Cole Hall is going to be our Truax Printing Player of the Game. A fantastic effort there from the Findlay hurler. 1 hit, 6 innings. Really did a great job mixing speeds and challenging arrow hitters. So good job by Cole Hall, who came in here and had great stuff today. So again, you faced a really good pitcher, and then Eckelberry came in, and boy, he was tough as well. So good pitching there, but thanks to Truax Printing for sponsoring the player of the game here in our post-game show for all of your printing needs. Your full-service printing, commercial printing source in Ashland and in Loudonville, truaxprinting.com. Rick Goff, head coach, joins us here in the Janny.com post-game show. Coach, a tough loss here today against a pretty good Findlay squad.
Yeah, they seem like a pretty good group. They out-pitched us and out-hit us. Their kid had good command through strikes, and we couldn't do anything with him.
It seemed like at the top of the first, Dehinden just didn't find it. At one point he delivered 10 straight balls, and it just maybe it was chilly. He wasn't used to. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't seem like he had the command that we've seen him so far a little bit this season.
Well, I told him, I said, that's 2 outings in a row that you came out and you weren't ready to go. We just got to find something to get him ready.
Offensively, we get one hit against a really good team, but I was glad to see Michael Franz got himself back in there. We were a little bit down. Let's look forward, because this was a tough one, right? So let's just try to look forward, stay positive, right? So you got Dover this week and Huron on Friday. What are you expecting? Who you throw in against Dover? What's that look like?
Dover in the first coaches poll was ranked, I don't know, somewhere in the top 15. So it's not going to be an easy battle.
Yeah, not getting any easier Tuesday and Wednesday.
No, Holt's going to have the rock on Tuesday,
Okay.
and Farnsworth will come back on Wednesday.
Okay. That sounds good. What's the message to these guys going forward? I mean, it seems like just looking around, guys are a little down after today.
Well, I thought ultimately we came out flat. I think that first inning set the tone when we got down 3-0, and everybody's like, oh, okay. And so, we got to find a way to pick them up. We didn't pitch terrible. I thought Carson Little did a great job.
Yeah, he found it. I thought he threw some great breaking balls today.
I thought DeHinden, once he got in the second and third inning, settled in a little bit.
Yep.
I wanted to see him have a little bit of success before we took him out. But, I told him there's a lot of baseball left, and, it's the little things. If I got my second baseman can get to the bag at first.
That was a big play.
There's 2 errors right there that are wiped off the book.
Yep.
So, it's just nothing terrible. I mean, we didn't play terrible. We just made little mistakes, and they capitalized on them.
Little mistakes against a good team turn out to be magnified, right? You don't get as many opportunities. You can only give a good team 21 outs. You can't give them 23, 24, 25 and expect to win. And I think that's what you're alluding to, Coach. But nonetheless, the Arrows fall to victim 6-0 to the Findlay Trojans today. Arrows fall to 6-2 overall, 2-1. No league games next week.
Nope.
Pending the Worcester. Who knows when that'll be rescheduled. But we'll see what happens there. Arrows will travel to Dover. A preview of the 2026 Dover Tornadoes. Crimson Tornadoes will be joining the OCC, and they're pretty darn good. Thanks to head coach Rick Goff. Thanks to Aiden Chandler for making a cameo. For Brandon Wells, I'm Chris Mowry. Take us home, BW.
God bless. Godspeed. Go Arrows!